No, Megan.
Well, she's recovering, Mom.
Just do what I say. She's recovering nothing. Good morning, Tampo. Look who's up. Just after he gets the audio.
Well, I mean,
listen, just do you and I'll do me.
Look, I got bacon. I'm good.
And you got Jolly Bee chicken.
Okay.
So I wanted donuts if I was going to cheat.
I don't know if this exists in the U.S. This is a pancake, an egg, and a bacon. I mean, it's like a pancake sandwich. I mean, oh my gosh.
Is that what it is? Look at you eating.
I mean, who wouldn't?
Yeah, it's a pancake. He's eating 2 pancakes with an egg and bacon and cheese. The only thing is they should have made some sort of mayo honey sauce to go on it.
What? You're still complaining?
I've had those. It's
got honey syrup already. I mean,
no, it doesn't. There's nothing on that, dude.
Well, it tastes like it.
So
pancake, egg, bacon, pancake.
Megan, the cat's been off the chain this morning.
Kind of like I feel like Michael Douglas right now.
Michael Douglas. Okay, so you're way out there. All right, guys. So, we thought we would do these random lives. We meant to do more in July, and we were just sitting here. And it's like, let's do a live if we're just sitting here. Let's be like the other YouTubers. Let's just do a YouTube live stream for the hell of it to say.
What other?
Well, after us, there's not really many of them left. Let's be a little conceited. There is nobody like me and you in the Philippines. There is nobody like this live streams. Numbers are not. Let's brag a little bit, George.
What?
Let's brag. Let's make this the most annoying live stream ever.
What? Brag. We don't brag.
We do.
Okay. I admit I glaze myself once in a while. Yes.
Good morning, Sarah.
Hey, Sarah. How you doing,
Sarah, sweetie. Good morning. Look at your hair. Look at my hair.
Huh?
Why are you?
What's wrong with my hair?
I don't know. What's wrong with your hair? Oh, I know what's going on.
Marion Haber says, "Hi guys, been sick. Good to see you." Aw, sorry to hear that.
Hi, Marion.
We wish you the best. Hopefully, he gets well soon.
I've been sick. Good to see you. Well, I'm glad we caught you. We do lives. I've been doing some at a different time. I think we did an evening one the other day. They're gonna fight over that sandwich. We have the wrong light. Can you go flip the switch for me? It's the yellow light on. That's why it looks so tingy.
Oh, you need the...
No, you just flip the bottom light, and when it goes back on, it turns back to the white. Our office lights.
All right. This one?
Yeah, just flip it off and flip it back on. It works, see? It brought it back in white. See? I'm whiter than ever. Maybe you'll become a little paler, you little merino.
What?
My little cheeky merino. Hey, look, George has got pants on today. Stand up. Let people see your pants today.
Shorts.
Yeah, you got shorts on. Sorry. Stand up. Let everybody see them legs. Show them chicken legs. Woo! There you go, ladies.
I have serious cat. I always have. I don't know why. But...
Is that tickle? Come on. Sit down, George. What's going on?
Yes. Yes.
Eat your sandwich before something really weird happens. Right. Let's give them something to talk about.
This is a good sandwich.
I think that last jeepney ride I got.
Okay, whether you're... Again, we're not trying to promote anything.
McLovin is in the house.
Hey, McLovin. No, I mean, I've never seen anything like this, not even in the U.S. I'm just saying, a hot cake sandwich. I mean...
Here's the deal. So, George got chicken and rice yesterday to bring home. And I'm only eating out a couple times a year now. Last 3 months, we've hardly done anything. Although you came in with that shrimp and whatever.
Yeah, I was going to say, did you want me to bring out the deep fried papaya with shrimp.
No,
I'm not joking. This is a real thing. It's a
I don't
Filipino
wanna
thing. It's called an okoy.
Yeah, I'm a hold on that. I can't handle that right now, the odor and everything. It's no, I'll pass. And he's like, "What came from it's not street food. It
It came
belongs."
from a restaurant. Yes, it came from a legitimate restaurant. Well, I'm not gonna say the restaurant.
Anyway, so he was going to bring home chicken and rice yesterday, so I didn't have to cook, and he ended up giving it to some old man. Thanks, George. Why'd you give my food away yesterday?
He didn't want it, and
He was
he.
hungry. What was he going to be eating? You said you were telling me the
Okay,
story. I wasn't
there's
listening.
actually a nice restaurant down the road, and they kind of give free soup to the ones that need it. So,
Oh, like Blue Gal
and
or
I
something.
can identify. I was like, that's that's a soup bag from that kitchen, and I was like, okay, well, yeah.
Yeah, so that was nice of you, though.
Not babe, not even Lugo. It's just water, flavored water. I guess the best way to
Hey,
explain it.
Mark. Good morning. Just asking, are you guys going to spend hours arguing over the difference between a motorcycle and scooter? No, we're going to find something else to talk about today and fight about. And pick a subject. We'll make one up for you there. And of course, Sarah was saying hello.
Harry Wick. There you go.
Right. Oh, Paul said those are my favorite breakfast in the Philippines. Well, I told George I'm only human. You give up alcohol, you give up cigarettes, you give up substance, you give up pills, you give up women, you give up extra boyfriends and my tambis and all this stuff. I got to have some sort of habit, right? Besides the cats. Will you stop, Megan? Look at old grumpy face this morning. She's been grumpy. Can you believe the kittens are 6 months old? She's the last one that hasn't been fixed, and we're still trying to wait for her to grow some because, according to them, she's not full grown. She does look awful small for 6 months old. So, oh, Grouchy, say good morning, Grouchy. Say something. Show her the sandwich so she gets grumpy. Look, now take it away. You want to bite? Huh?
Now she's camera shy apparently. Oh, there she is.
Huh?
Okay,
No?
she's kind of
No.
been lethargic yesterday because
We think it's because she's initially
it's
coming
growing
into heat.
pains. It's
Yeah,
growing
she's in
pains, and obviously now she's over it.
Yes, she is. So, hey, we can do a 12-hour live stream today.
What?
Dun, 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 dun. We'll probably get back into the subject of Dexel and Jim and relationships and different things that are going on. Hey, if we can't talk about American politics, can we talk about Filipino politics?
Oh, don't get me started.
Dang.
Even Filipinos are complaining.
Yeah, what's up with that? What's the feelings on Sarah Duterte?
What do you mean? There's nobody's against her. The problem with the Sarah Duterte. Okay, just real quick. Let's do this. Cliff notes. Sarah Duterte is the vice president of the Philippines. She's the daughter of Rodrigo Duterte, who's in trial right now,
Which is
which is
being held.
irrelevant.
Right. So
Now,
they were
I'm
wanting to
just
impeach her.
letting you know they're impeaching her. The reason being is because she said something that, in my
Hi,
opinion,
Pixie.
I think is a little off. It's out of line. I think she was out of line. Do I think she's out of line? Yes. Um, is it worth impeaching? No. Okay. Now, they're impeaching her. The Filipinos are complaining not because they're impeaching her, because you get the 50-50. Some people are pro Sarah, some people are against Sarah. So you get a 50-50 thing. Let's wash that out. The reason why Filipinos are complaining is like, we have more important issues to deal with.
Like
Why the
wire
freak
stealing in
are
Tondo.
you guys impeaching this woman because she said something that you guys didn't agree with? That's the premise right now. It's kind of like, did she say something I think that's out of line? That's a matter of opinion. But point
But they're
being
not
is,
going to do
if it's
it.
a
So
borderline thing, what I'm saying is, if somebody says
good
something that's somewhat
queen.
borderline, then you probably have more important things to deal with.
More important, like George, comb your hair
You know what I'm saying?
compared to mine. Comb your hair, George.
Oh, that's intentional because it reminds me of Ace Ventura.
It looks like,
Smoking.
I know.
Yeah.
I mean, we're trying to. We were rustling in the sheets. We sent George's
I'm
girlfriend
actually
home.
here. See, I actually it was worse last night, but I patted it down and then it won't go back up. It really looked like Ace Ventura's haircut
And good
yesterday.
morning, Raymond and Angelo. Like a Spot's hungry.
Yeah.
Oh, McLovin. Chicken Joy legs. Yeah.
Oh my
He's
gosh.
got a
Yeah.
rice and be careful. That's on the edge there. That's literally about 3 inches over the edge.
You put 'em there, Bobo.
I handed him to you. I didn't get up from this spot. My lazy ass has been sitting here. I handed it to you, delegating shit.
No.
Oh, you didn't even flinch this time. Ready? Let's try that again. You're getting faster. Watch out! Watch out!
Whoosh.
He didn't even move this time. I just got used to it. Jesus.
Is that your dinner? Yes, it is. This will last us actually for a year, and then we're gonna hibernate.
Right? So basically, oh, look at Mary. Mary says I went in on that. No, Jollibee's is open early. It's 7:43 a.m. in the Philippines Sunday. So we did some online church, and then I online George in the bed, and then George online me, and then so let's do it live because we're already bored. 7:43 a.m. as retired expats in the Philippines do. Speaking of which, we talked about the stages of
really good.
expat life. I know you throw a man a couple drops of coconut water, they're gonna
This
suck
is
it
really
down.
good. I'm not joking.
Hey, you. Hey,
Mm.
why are you interrupting my live? Hey, look what you're doing. See yourself, grumpy cat.
Oh my
Look,
gosh,
look,
that's really good.
look. I guess not. Bet you put that sandwich over here. Here, let me see. Put it in front so she can see it in front of her.
Well, that's easy.
That's teasing her. I watch them all sometimes playback.
Here you go, kid.
Thank you, Marianne. McDo chicken and rice is yummy. You know, I think comparatively they're almost the same, but it seems to be I like the Jollibee flavor over.
No, Mary.
Oh, you can't. Yeah, Mary's gonna eat it every
Mary.
freaking time.
You can't take the other kids' treats away. She gave me an extra
Hey,
kids.
like a spot. Yeah, not dinner. Yeah, it's 7:45 a.m. here Sunday.
Oh, right. It's nighttime over there. That's right.
Yeah. No, it's a pancake breakfast thing, but they tend to do, it's kind of strange I think it's strange that there's actually chicken
What's in
at
the U.S.
McDonald's.
After 9?
Like fried chicken at
They
McDonald's.
stopped making these?
Hey, Harry Walsh is in the house. Good
Hey,
morning.
Harry. Hey, Harry. From Deer Park, New York.
And let us know what's going on. This is still an open Q&A, and we appreciate somebody sent a message. It seemed to be a newer person. They asked us, was we going to do panels like other people or bring it back? The answer is no. Probably unless we've mentioned how long? At least the last 2 years, unless it's members that are vetted. We're not talking about like just the occasional member. And unless it's dealing with bringing in a guest, we just think having random panels are just a new generational fad thing. And we're not trying to, this live stream, we're going to be very blunt about, is about us. We're not bringing in 8 other people, half of them vloggers promoting their channels or coming in and starting shit or arguing with them in front of people. We're just not going to do it. And a few bad seeds ruin that for everybody. So we started to do the vetting, and then whoever was like our top people, like we have top tiers in our memberships, and those people are, I hate to say it, they usually don't want to come on the panels. So them are the only type of panels we would ever open up. So but we appreciate the inquiries, but that's why, because I really, honestly, this is probably going to offend some people. I think it's trashy. I think when you see these random Filipino Like I keep seeing these dating things where they open up their panels to like 6, 7 women and men, and then everybody 100% is talking over me. Talking over George is something totally different, or when we're bickering back and forth. But I don't like when there's panels of these people and it's nonsense all over the place. And have you seen the ones with the new generation where they'll bring in a ton of people and there's just really
All right.
nothing?
All
It's
right. Well,
boring, and you get far off track with the subjects, and people are all of a sudden talking about their grandma's shoebox that had buttons in it in a closet, and they're drunk, and I just can't deal with it. So this is why we don't do panels. It's bad enough that I get off topic, George will get off topic, the cats get off topics. Megan, Curly, what's wrong with you? Man, she's like one track mind there, like George. So what do you think of the panels?
well, personally, I don't have a problem with the panels itself. However, there's a problem with the problem is a lot of people don't have self control.
Oh, that is true. Lackaspot, you're talking about. I think we renamed. We have like probably a total of 10 channels. George has a few of them that you guys don't know about. We did have one. We were doing the low, but it just took too much time to do those, and so I think that got flipped over to another one. I would have to check. You're probably still signed up for it. I don't remember which one that got changed into. And the reason is we have to provide a telephone number that's active, and you only can do so many channels per active SIM
Oh, the
card.
lo-fi kitty.
Right.
The
Yeah. It
lo-fi
was a lot
channel,
of
yeah.
work. It was a lot of work for me or him, and so I it got renamed to something else. Because a few of you have signed up for a few of them,
Yeah,
but
I
I
remember that
forgot
one.
which
Yeah.
one. Let me see. There were a few of them that we had.
Excuse me.
That could be one of the ones I'm doing. So if you're signed up, that could either be the gastric bypass, where I had that surgery 25 years ago and it's dealing with health, but I haven't posted anything yet, or it's the one where I started doing fasting for women or something. There was two of them that me and George was working on, but we haven't done no content. It's probably the one where I was planning as I'm slowly losing weight and trying to
All right.
revamp it back
See.
up.
You're in the way.
Yeah, you got to put her down. So it's probably that one.
I
It's probably the
know.
weight loss
I know,
one.
but you're in the
So yeah, because 25 years after one of those surgeries, it's a hot mess because I still have malabsorption of vitamins. I still can't eat a ton of food. Um, and every few hours I'm hungry because my stomach, I'm missing part of my intestine, so the reabsorption. And so it just kind of, good morning. Good morning, F-16 pilot, one
Thank
of
you
our
so much.
super commenters here lately. Thank you so much. Happy Sunday to
Thank you.
you.
Appreciate
How
it
are
so
you
much.
doing? We appreciate your comments. We've been enjoying the comments that you've been leaving on the channel 100%. And thank you so much.
Oh, it is Sunday over here. I'm aware. It is Sunday over here.
Yeah.
Aw.
Where? What?
She's going through the wrapper.
She looks like a hobo. Hold on. Let me show you.
Yeah, she's going through the wrapper.
Hold on.
I gave her some food.
Look at this.
What?
Just I'm showing the one on top of the old laptop, watching
Oh, this
her
one?
get the wrapper. Yeah. You act like nobody feeds you, and there's like
They
we
can't
have.
see it. Babe.
They did see it. You gotta give it a minute. I went the other way, so yeah, you can see her.
Oh,
Seems
yeah.
kind of dark, but yeah.
Yeah, like she's never been. She's so.
Never fed. There's 5 food bowls that stay filled. We were trying to discuss with 6 cats in the house about putting down like their quarter of a cup of food twice a day situation, probably even once a day. And I'm like, you just can't do it because what's her name just turned 6 months old. The boys are 6 months old. Oh, what is that? So it must have been from yelling at George yesterday. So
Wait, I thought it's just now they're turning 6 months old.
yeah,
Wow.
they were born in February. So no,
Okay.
they're officially 6 months old. But just like they said, we went to go take her. The boys are twice as big as her. they were able to fix them. They can do it at 5, 6 months old. She's half the size of the boys. And so they said they wanted her to be a little bigger, or her to be a little bigger. Let's see, I'm kind of going through here. Is that your dinner? We said hi. If I didn't put that up, hello, vlogging life. We did. We said hi and good morning to the kittynesses. Woolly worm, woolly worm, don't comb his hair. Oh, that's right. We called you woolly worm or bear woolly worm. You black brown, black brown. You do look like one of those worms when you're walking around here and half naked in the night.
Yeah.
That's right. Hello from Mexico. Yeah. We were in the mountains of Mexico. Is it time to take George hiking? Huh? Probably more than that.
No, I think that's a reference.
Oh, oh, are they talking about like taking you to clean the stairs
Yes.
to look for snails at the bottom of the ocean?
Well, I tell you what, people who hike it. People underestimate how hiking is. It can be very dangerous.
Uh, so what is?
So anyway, real quick, out of well, not really out of topic because we don't have a topic today. We're just more talking about sharing our
Personal, intimate
our
details.
pancake sandwich. No, really, that's what it is, or what it was, because I ate it all. No, the delivery driver, we gave him a nice tip because um he has a family. It's Sunday, and here's the thing: he
There's your glasses.
well well you tell me, sir.
I don't know the story. You went out there
You
to
don't
get
have
the
to. I
food.
already told you the synopsis.
60 days will be in Angeles City. Where are you going to stay?
Ooh.
McLovin will be here.
Oh, 60 days.
Sperlin Edwards is in the house. Good
2
morning
months. So
from
that means
Lapita.
he needs an extension on his visa.
Uh-huh. Good morning, Jessica. Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah.
Why don't you drain the lizard, George? That is how it is. Yes, it is. Yeah, no, because it just there was a lot of work, and then when I first started this 2, 3 months ago, and I started eating healthier, I thought, why not? And then there's a 500,000 channels, and then I try to get George and me to work on it, and I would rather wait for further results to do anything. Really, the change of diet is because of the lupus. I mean, I got to the point why
Oh.
it's like, hey, I'm already big and fluffy and old and ugly and the whole 9 yards. I'm just going to eat what I want. Well, I tried that for the last couple of years, and I put on like 80 or 90 pounds since we left the US. And I'm like, yeah, that's not helping my lupus any. I mean, George, the more pounds, the more loving and cushion for George. He doesn't, it's just, but like he said, he only cares that I'm not in pain or whatever. And yes, officially, it's getting to the point that it's too painful. There was the excessive sugar. I mostly ate sugar, and so it was junk food, packaged foods, and it was just too much. I was like eating like a 6 year old kid.
No, this is the glasses of the kids props. It's
Oh, the clear one.
yeah, it's okay. I mean, it's fine.
Oh well, just wear the dark ones.
Oh crap!
So
These are glass though, so I don't want these to fall.
well, yeah, don't break those.
Yeah. But no,
Can you
So
create how to deal with Tampo?
right. So
Yeah,
the
how do you deal with Tampo? This is how you do it. Whatcha?
right. So the the delivery driver for the food, He lives in Bataan, which is really far away from Angel City. Like he says that he's gonna go home tonight and spend time with his family tomorrow and have a day off, and then come back to work on when on. So I guess it would be Tuesday.
Yeah, so he's one of those drivers that come in town. So yeah, we doubled his
Yeah,
tip.
because I even asked him. I said, um, what are you doing here? I no, really, I didn't. I said, what are you doing here? Because this is where the money's.
Sorry, I'm trying to open
Because
it
this is
to
where
read
the
the
money's
comments up
at.
close.
And he said, and he even kind of like cringe at that. Not cringe, but I said, what are you doing here? I said, is this because this is where the money's at? And he was like, he didn't really want to say anything, but also it's kind of like, yeah, but not really. You can tell. But it's kind of sad, really. I mean, he has like, work away from his family just to make money kind of deal.
Yeah, further down, McLovin says he'll stay at ABC. Oh, they do have the McGriddle, George. That is similar. The McGriddle. But is that made? It is made of pancakes.
They have the McGriddle here, though. Oh, right, because the
They don't have
no,
it.
no, no, the McGriddle is
Is a waffle,
McDonald's.
right?
It's
It's McDonald's.
McDonald's.
They don't have a McGriddle here. That's the waffle like with the syrup in it. They don't sell McGriddles here.
They don't have McGriddles
They
in
do.
McDonald's.
Here? No.
You sure?
No. Yeah, I mean, a separate video, no. We've been doing this channel for 4 years or more, and we do videos every now and then, and it slowed down to the last 2 years when we're doing it out and about. Now live streams are the thing to do. So to sit around and edit and record and carry cameras everywhere for a couple years when vlogging meant something and there were very little vloggers that existed 4 or 5 years, there were, but not a lot of them. We carried cameras everywhere like we were CNN and shit, and we just got tired of it. The Once the boom population came through and there were tons of vloggers around, and it just, we had stopped. So to sit down and do these anymore, if we're going to do them, we'll probably do them for the second channel we have, Antics Live Talk Philippines. We put some of the pet stuff on there and odd videos over there, but to do sit down topics, it's just like we're doing now. It's just easier to throw something on and then talk about the topics. How to deal with it? There is no way to deal with it. How do you deal with an American woman? How do you deal with, somebody that's, I mean, there's just no real.
I'm reading.
Oh, well, you can move this over.
No, the heart is in the way.
Yeah, that's why you have to.
No, no, the heart is in the way.
Yeah, I know.
Oh well.
I guess it's
it makes it kind of. It's still in the way. It still cuts it off.
Yeah, it's still.
Yeah, no.
Not as bad.
There's a heart on. Well, I'll just wait until somebody makes a comment.
He's trying to read from the bottom.
Yeah,
and
but there's a heart that's in the way. That's but
the little thing where you do likes. It's the like.
Yeah, the
heart.
button is in the way, so I can't read the whole statement because it blocks.
I mean, how would you deal with Tampo if somebody walks away and doesn't talk to you for a few days? It's a little hard asking another Filipino. You would probably just do the same thing. You just don't talk. So basically, it's them not talking, you not talking, walk away and do the same thing, I guess. Try to talk, and if they don't want to reason like an adult, it's a very childish thing. I'm sorry, that's the one thing that I notice as a bunch of childishness, and you just ignore it or walk out of the house and then don't go out for 4 days and just leave them sitting there. That's what I would do.
Wait, what?
What old dog does. If Baby May starts that shit and pulls that, he says he just leaves her there. And that's what they teach him the same lesson.
What?
Do on to her as she would do on to you, and slap the shit out of him if it doesn't work.
What?
Beat him. Just like in The Color Purple. Beat him. That's my advice.
I would say beat him with your willy, but
Disappear.
anyway. I wouldn't
Whip out
go
that
further
stick.
than that.
Whip it. Da, 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 whip it. Da, da. Anyways, just walk away, man. Just walk away and leave them there and cut their allowance off and all that. That's what I would do. Ain't no sense for no video. But what would you do, George?
Is that what you do? That's why you cut off my allowance.
I wish.
No, I don't. I don't have an allowance.
Uh-huh. Almost 5 o'clock in Mexico. Mark, same consistent statement. How much for a short time with Brenda? Why would we do this? You know what? I'm starting to think, Mark, that you're actually Peachback Mountain. I think that's Peachback
No,
Mountain the
no,
whole
no.
time.
Short time.
He's talking about Brenda, what's his name's housekeeper. He's asked the last 3 or 4 live streams
Well,
direct
here's the
about her
thing.
short
It's
time.
not Brenda that I'm after. The for those who are wondering what when they say short time,
American man,
it's actually
Filipino
slang.
wife and girlfriend.
Short time means you take somebody to a hotel and pay per hour, like
Or around the corner.
well,
It doesn't have to be a hotel.
literally, it literally means you pay for a couple hours in a hotel room and then leave. That's called a short time in Filipino terms.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought I'm just saying. I mean, I don't know who Brenda is, but that's what short time is for those of you who are wondering. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Hey, Victor. Good morning.
So if you're taking out a bar girl and they say short time, that's what they mean. You take her out literally for a couple hours.
We'll address the Brenda thing. How
and then
much?
come out.
I don't think she's short time.
600
No.
for the room, and then whatever her bar fine is for that time. Which again,
I think you got the wrong. Don't lay that on Brenda.
No.
Brenda's the housekeeper. You got the wrong woman for short timing.
Well, I'm just answering. I'm answering generic questions.
Oh, you're answering hypothetical.
Well, like I said, on average 600 for the room, and then however the bar fine is, and I wasn't even specific.
Yeah.
So if say a girl approaches you, you want to have a short time. That's what it means. Anyway.
Yeah.
Well, guys too, I guess. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure some guys will approach other guys or other women says you want to have a short time.
And we
That's
and
what
we
it means.
did start
Yeah.
early, and it's Sunday, so we just did the live yesterday, and just sitting here. So
Like a spot says, short time house cleaning. There you go.
Yep.
There it is. Honestly, me and Heidi just talked about it. Like,
I mean,
honestly,
why don't you ask how much he sells this, or how much?
We've thought about actually getting a a bar girl and bar finer, and then have her clean the house.
Gotcha. Yeah, we always joke about that. Yeah, because for that cost, if you call up some of the cleaning companies, literally they're almost, if you do the professional ones, they bring in a couple people. In the end, I calculated they won 2 or 3 thousand pesos. That's almost $60. I can go down and pick up and bar fine 2 girls for a short period and bring their asses back. Sit down, have a Jack and Coke, and bring it.
We've talked about it. Yeah.
You think I'm like, George, go down there and have a rum and Coke and come back, or an old fashioned and come back with 2 girls to clean if we need, because it just, you have to calculate, and who knows?
Yeah. Yeah, Coconut Guy says, gotcha. How long is a long time? Long time again. It's 1,200 for the room on average, and then however long the bar fine is.
805, Laura.
Because remember, the bar fine varies per girl. You have your A, B, and C class girls. The A classes, we're talking about like from up to 10 grand, and then to the C classes up to even 1,000.
There's like, like me now eating like there's no food tomorrow, and like I'm
hot dog in the hallway,
right?
Yeah.
No, and especially with me on the steroids, I've been on them for a few years now because of my lupus, and it's, by the way, it's hard to find steroids in this town. It seems like every old dude's hitting that shit up. It's like they're on to it, taking it for everything: asthma, bad knees, muscle aches, and all that. And I've been on it because of my lupus. It's
tramadol.
Tramadol, that makes sense too, it being unavailable, but no. Ask George. I'm like a 3-year-old kid. What's for dinner? Well, I'm having a candy bar and ice cream. What are you having? It's just like I'm just at the age where you just don't.
Well, here's the thing. Again, since this is a mixed channel, if you're Filipino and you're looking for Filipino type pharmaceuticals. You can go to TGP. You're fine. But if you're a foreigner and you go to the Philippines for pharmaceuticals, you probably won't find anything in TGP because TGP covers your acetaminophen, your biogesics, that kind of stuff. Loratadine, that kind of stuff. But if you will
Right.
need looking for tramadol, pregabalin, prednisone, that kind of stuff, for what's that one? Well, anyway, point being is, if you're looking for somewhat Western type pharmaceuticals, forget it. Go to Watson's or Mercury.
Spot's got it. Food cures my Tampo. It probably cure it. Order up some fried chicken and some lumpia or something, or lechon kawali. That might bring him up out of it. That's true. Food usually cures a woman pretty quick in a couple of years. What do you think? Or a
Yeah,
shopping spree? How do you cure Tampo here, George?
shopping sprees, but that's not a good thing. That's like you're
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 rewarding
rewarding
bad
not
behavior.
necessarily bad behavior, but in your eyes, a bad behavior. Because
It's like
remember,
kids if you're trying to get them
yeah,
out of there and they're already sulking in their room hiding or something, and you say, "Hey, let's go get some junk food or let's go out and get pizza." Yeah, they're just going to do it the next time and know that's the reward. Um, but actually, or like George said, give them some good loving. That's the real answer. That's what you said. Cure them real quick. Just love them to death, huh?
yeah, something like that. Like a spot
Follow them
says,
into the bedroom.
yeah, like a spot says, short time house cleaning, and Mark says, short time house cleaning.
Good
Lol. Well,
morning.
I tell you what, if they can clean pipes in a short time, that's fine. Just saying.
Oh snap, Victor. Hey George, check it out. They don't know what you're talking about. It's two,
What? Hey,
right?
Victor, how you doing, man? Nice seeing you.
Hey Laura, do the guys do Tampo back? Yes, I already told you when I've been in live streams by myself, I said George does do Tampo. The longest I think he hasn't talked to me, he did a couple days in Mexico. It was something about a vlog. He was out and about and it was about editing. Like we did a lot of editing in the beginning. It was a video every day, and we were doing live streams. And we got into something, and yes, for days he sat in the second room of our place in Mexico, and he did not talk to me. So that's I didn't know there was really a name for it, except for acting like a kid. But I guess they put Tampo to it here.
No, 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 no. I disagree
What's that?
on the tempo thing.
What's that? This part of it, or on the guys having Tampo?
On anybody.
So what
That's
is?
why, like Laura says, seems like a silent temper tantrum. Not
It is, yeah. It's just, I guess, I never heard the
well.
word
I guess
tampo till I got here.
that's a better way to say it. Because
It's passive aggressiveness. The
well,
bottom
like,
line is anybody who does that's just being super passive
well,
instead of talking like an adult.
you know,
It's childish behavior
yes
that
and no,
they
yes
act
and
like a
no,
kid and
yes
they
and
hide.
no. And I'm not trying to. Okay, Mark says tempo is an emotional manipulator. Not necessarily. Not necessarily.
Don't say it's to avoid a fight. That's what somebody passive aggressive would say. It's not avoiding a fight.
Actually, it is.
Discussing it as an adult is the best thing to
Oh,
do.
okay. You know what? Then that's all. Then that's it. That's the thing. The problem is a lot of people can't discuss anything and cannot accept the other person's insights and whatever, regardless of. See, that's the thing, and that's why I said not necessarily. You can't manipulate. Okay, manipulation is that's up to you how you perceive it. Because so what you're saying, your neighbor because they stopped talking to you, they're manipulating you. That's
Not
some.
always. I didn't say
That's
always.
what I just said. Not necessarily. Not always. You actually said it yourself. Right.
How about you?
Tampo. Stop. Tampo is an emotional manipulation. If it's a woman trying to constantly do that, leave. Girlfriends in the Philippines are like buses. Now, okay. Now, first off, I disagree. No, one comes along every 10 minutes. That means you're with the wrong people. You're with the wrong girl. I said girl because Mark assume is a guy, and I'm just going to what his statement is. Okay, what is Tampo? And that's why I hate Tampo because. So you're telling me never in the world you live in, the country you live in, that somebody stopped talking to you because they're upset with you. Never. I'm gonna tell you right now. If you say no, never, you're a fucking liar. At one point in time, a girlfriend, boyfriend, mom, brother, sister have stopped talking to
Oh
you.
yes, of course, no doubt.
Right. That's called. So so you're saying your mom, your parent, your teacher, whatever. It doesn't matter. Even teachers do it because you know what?
Oh,
No. Well, point being is
to beat you with a
if you
paddle.
don't accept that this is a universal behavior, there's something wrong with you. You are not self-aware. Okay. That's my point. So you're saying again, in the entire world, all these people who did you the silent treatment
Yeah,
are
because even
emotionally manipulating you. That's why I said forget what I do, what Heidi does, what your Filipino partner does. Every person in this entire world, including your mom, because I'm pretty sure even your mom has done that to you,
yeah, I mean, even the American
is
women or
emotionally.
Canadian, they withhold
Yeah.
everything and they don't talk to you for the rest of the day. Yes, so it's
No, it's
just
just
not a.
it is an avoidance for other people, which is not necessarily keyword, not necessarily an emotional manipulation. Because guess what? These people who do this to you have no emotional attachment to you. Some of them, co-workers do this to you. They have no emotional attachment to you.
I think you're
No, no.
okay.
Oh, oh, I'm over what? Because I'm
Because usually when this happens in the Philippines,
I
whether it's Filipino and
see because it's
Filipino and
Philippines,
expats,
but everybody in the world does it, even
they don't go
co-workers.
for days and avoid talking about
Some
situation.
do, some do.
I need more of an example. I've never in my whole life in America seen somebody go days or 8 days without talking to somebody
Who
in their
goes
own
8
house.
days? What are you talking about? Well, yeah, because yeah, if you keep badgering them, it's a turtle
Well,
effect. If you keep knocking on the turtle,
it
they're
said
not
don't
gonna
want to
come
come
out.
out.
If you leave the turtle alone, fact, I'm not making this up. Get a turtle.
If the other person will not talk and sit there and
Ye-
conversate, you can't totally hide from the situation. But
You
it
don't
does happen
understand
everywhere.
if you keep badgering the person. Fact. Again, we're talking about animals here. Basic human behavior, basic animal behavior, because we humans are still animals too. If you get a turtle, knock on them, they'll turtle up. And if you don't stop knocking on them, they will never come out.
I don't think they're talking about like just us alone. There are some
I'm not
Filipinas that
talking about anything. I'm
or
talking about basic human behavior. Again, I even said earlier, anybody who listened to me talk, I usually have disclosures. I'm not
it's
talking about me. I'm
but
not talking about Heidi.
basically
I'm not talking
Tampo,
about
no
this
matter what
situation.
part of the world can be that's
I
part of
already
being
said
passiveness.
that, but
Passiveness can be
you're
emotional
the one who's
manipulation.
arguing with me, and
Oh, I'm not.
I'm
I'm
the
just
one stating
having
facts.
my.
Again, teachers do this.
When
You
do
know,
teachers do it? When are
e-
teachers?
when,
Yeah,
okay, when.
when they tell you to do your work and then they
No,
walk away and won't answer your
no,
questions anymore because they already
no.
did.
Okay, the ones that do know, no. The ones that don't. If I wasn't done, that's what nobody says. Oh, teachers do this. No, nobody does that. You know why? Because again, I wasn't done. Teachers do this. Employers do these. Co-workers do these. And you know, everything. You name it. I can keep going. Everybody does this. And it irks me that people are blind to it.
It irks you that I say it's Filipinos that do it.
Yes, because it's racist.
No, it's not. There's a lot of
Oh, it's not
childish
racist.
behavior going
It's
on.
not racist. Again, anybody in the chat, you don't have to answer. Because you know what? I guarantee you, a lot of you has suffered from the silent treatment, and I guess what? Most of them are not Filipino.
Us American women can't keep our mouths shut, so you ain't gonna get a
No,
lot
no,
of
no, no,
Tampo
no, no,
from
no, no, no.
us.
Most of them
Ain't
are
gonna
not
take your
Filipino.
shit. We don't
Guys in the
clam
chat,
up and run
you
off.
don't have to answer.
It's not the Americans or the Westerners or whatever that clam up. It's the Filipinos that do because they don't want to.
Right, because
be
again, silent treatment is.
confrontation.
Oh, okay. Sorry, guys. I apologize. Silent treatment was invented by the Filipinos. It is an exclusive Filipino trait.
Didn't
That's
say that
you will
either.
only.
You went to the extreme
will.
there. We didn't say that. We said it can happen
No,
in
no, no,
other
no, no.
countries. I
You're the
did.
one who's going to the extreme. That's contradicting a factual statement. Go look it up. Go look at psychology. You'll get a fucking psychologist, and they will tell you. They will tell you. No, that's not how it is. That's not how it is. And I'm actually being factual here. I said this is conflict avoidance. Anybody who's got any background in psychology will agree with me. Like, actually,
conflict avoidance. That's your side of saying it's
no,
not
no, no, no,
conflict
no, no, no,
avoidance
no.
because they're part of the
No.
problem too.
No,
What
no,
if
no.
it starts out
You're
where
like
they're
these
both-
other people who cherry pick what I say. I said,
No, I'm not.
yes.
No.
Oh, right.
You see it as conflict avoidance.
I said
because
it
you're
is part of
it.
conflict avoidance. Again, I wasn't even done talking. You know what? This is why I get so upset because I'm not done talking and you interrupt me and then it derails me. So you know what? I'm going to shut up about this Tampo thing. Next time you mention about Tampo, I'm not going to tell facts. I'm going to let you talk about this one-sided Western ideal that somehow Filipinos invented Tampo, invented silent treatment.
Over exaggerating.
I am not over exaggerating. I'm upset that again, it is a
racist. You're passive aggressive. It shows in the entire country that there's passiveness.
Okay, your exact words. Heidi's exact words. Passive aggressive. Sorry, guys. Filipinos invented passive aggressiveness. Come on.
Did I say that?
No. That is a passive aggressive behavior. Westerners who are passive aggressive practice this. Your words. Fact. God. Why do you have... Oh my God.
You need a donut.
No. I have an issue when you argue with some factual shit. See, here's the thing about me. If you can't keep up with me, and if I'm telling facts and you're contradicting facts, like if I say the sun's yellow and you argue with me, then I'm tell you what, I get upset and I'll call you an idiot in my head. I won't.
You say it out loud. I told someone on a previous live stream by myself we argued about the sun and the different shapes.
Yeah, it's a yellow dwarf sun. Gosh.
And that's just it. Based on that and going back and forth, then you're mad and then you stop talking to me for a few days. And that's not avoiding anything. Why? Because I won't agree that the shade of yellow that you like, that you're so
don't
insistent.
Talk. It's not that you know what? Forget it. It's pointless. I mean...
Okay. So anyways, yeah, let's get off the topic. So I guess it's...
I don't stop talking about to Heidi because of the fucking color of the sun. Fact.
No.
I stopped talking to Heidi because she cannot... If I have an argument and stop talking, it's not because of the sun. The sun is... Okay, the color of the sun is... Okay, for example, if me and Heidi have an argument of the color of the sun, it's not because of the color of the sun. It's because I use it as an example. And it's kind of like this. Like this. For example, the color of sun was brought up, right? Just an example. So that's what's going to get highlighted is the color of the sun. But no, we were talking about passive aggressive stuff. I'm saying that it's A, B, and C argument that led to the color of the sun, but that's not what we really argued about.
Right. He says here, don't ever give in to Tampo. If you do, you reward the bad behavior. But he says, you know who has the power in the relationship, the person willing to walk away. Yes and no. I agree if it's only done on the occasion. But if everything from going to the grocery store, taking your car to the mechanic shop, and the person applies that and never talks to you about relationship, finances, kids, and they do it in their entire life, it's different. If somebody is strong, yes, walking away is the answer. And like George said, avoidance is okay on the occasion. But if it's every single subject and they're not talking to you and it's true passiveness with Tampo, I already said this earlier, it happens all over the world. It is not keen here.
Oh, okay.
I did say that in the beginning, but here's the thing I want you guys to know. Watch the YouTube channel, social media, people local. You will find a lot of the expats and Filipinos. You're going to see the Tampo more than a Filipino and a Filipino.
Right.
The Tampo does exist in the community when it comes to the expats. Almost all of them will talk about that. Don't piss off a Filipino. She won't talk to you for a few days. Don't do this. Don't do that. There is some sort of bad behavior. And I did say in the beginning, it does happen in other parts of the world. Women withhold sex. They won't cook for the men. Hell, I've done it. If my man's going to cuss me out and treat me like crap and disappear for 3 days, I'm not going to give it. I'm going to give him Tampo when he comes back. There's reasons to be avoidant or a form of a Tampo. I think Tampo's seen in a long range of things like withholding and all that, not talking to him because they had bad behavior. There's different sides of it. I get your side with me and you is to avoid a fight. But I tell you, for me, it's I'm really wanting to discuss it. I'm very adamant that we resolve it right away. I want it resolved before we go to bed, but you can carry on for a few days. But I've done the same too. It is an open subject.
All right. Before we stray on from the subject, because this is actually a really good topic. First off, yeah, don't take that down.
Okay.
Because this is actually very important to expats. All right. First off, let's start with A. That's from importance. Heidi brought this up, but this is part of Tampo. You should never, or you or your partner should never ever weaponize sex. What's weaponizing sex? Weaponizing sex is when in a relationship you with not right now is when you withdraw sex to punish the partner. That's called weaponizing sex. The reason being is when you weaponize sex, it becomes a tool, and when it becomes a tool, it's no longer intimate. It's no longer emotional.
But I don't want to give it up to a man that's treating me
No,
like
no, no,
crap
no, no,
either.
no.
So it's
No, no,
not
no, 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 no.
necessarily
No, 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 no.
weaponizing.
There's
If you've done wrong, I'm not going to give it up because you upset me.
Stop.
I'm not going to just lay there like a dead horse because you did
That's
something
not
wrong
what I'm
too.
saying. I wasn't done. Yes, Heidi's correct. However, you can't state it as such. Meaning, for example, all right.
An example.
All right,
I
Heidi.
need a purse, this and that, and you're not buying it for me, and then they withhold sex. That's weaponizing because they're
Correct.
not getting shit bought.
Correct.
From.
You can't use it
You
as a
disappear
tool
for 3 days and sleeping with your
because if
girlfriend.
you
I'm not having
weaponize
sex
it,
with you.
no. If you feel like you should hold it, here's how it's as simple as it's very simple. It's kind of dry. Don't go into the psychology. If you feel like you should have sex with your partner, then do it. It's that simple. You don't go too deep. But let's say, oh no, I'm not gonna go and get not gonna have sex with you because of this. That's different. That's weaponizing it or threatening it. Since I'm not gonna do this because, like Heidi says, you're not gonna give me that Gucci, then fine. Screw you. You're gonna go through a dry spell. Yeah, you can never weaponize sex. Bad for the relationship. It kills the relationship. Again, it removes the emotional attachment to it.
Hey, Bruce.
All right, and then the next one should be the power in the relationship, as Mark says. Now, the power in the relationship. Okay, first off, again, remember, I will say things even that will go against me because I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect. By any means, I'm not perfect. So I'm saying is there's times that it will go against me. Okay? And what I'm getting at is who has the power in the relationship? I keep telling you guys or girls, know your value. Okay? Don't be a tool. Don't be a slave. Know your value and know that you're worth. Now, I'm sorry if you're the one who doesn't bring anything to the table. I can't help you on that one. Meaning, because remember, even when I say you don't bring anything to the table, I'm not talking about physical things. Because you can be a caregiver, a caretaker, somebody who gives, um, whether it's support in the house or support as an emotional, that still brings something to the table. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the other ones that says, "What do you bring to the table?" I bring me. Like no, sex can only go so far. But what I'm saying is know your value, and um, so what I'm saying is that's up to you how you weigh yourself. Like who's more valuable, you or your partner? When I'm talking about what Mark says, the person who's willing to walk away, know your value. And then the last one is
Communication is key. I already said this shit happens all over the world, but I'm finding a lot more of it here. I've been around the world. They didn't pull that shit in Egypt, probably because they got smacked upside their goddamn heads,
okay.
like they would have in the 80s. The whole point is people allow shit to go too far. Communication is key.
Okay, that's actually right.
Communicate.
That's one of the things I was getting
You
at.
don't want to
Yeah.
discuss, you don't want to talk about, then yeah, know your value and get the hell out early.
All right. Well, see, that's the thing. Heidi's half right, and I say half right. I'm not saying what she said is wrong. She's correct.
Yeah, smack the
However,
shit out of them.
here's the problem, and I'm going to tell you this right now. You guys ever bring one of your friends, they're great friends, then you take them to the party and they clam up? I mean, when you're with them one on one, they're like, hey, blah, 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 blah. And then you take them to a party. Oh, man, come on, let's go to the party. And then they just sit there and sit in a corner and by themselves. What I'm saying is, Heidi says communicating is key, right? When your partner, like Heidi said, she's always giving you Tampo or he's always giving you Tampo.
It could be your communication
It could
skills.
be no, not necessarily you, but it could be you. That's the thing. Be aware, be self aware. It could be you or it could be them. And what I'm getting at is they may have a problem communicating with you.
Right, they don't
And
want to hurt your feelings.
right.
They don't want to
And
upset you about
so
things. But if it goes on for years, which some of it does, it is
right. So
still.
no, it's that like I said, Heidi has a good point. Like again, there one of you has to break that barrier. Kind of remember
I
the
mean,
break
honestly,
the ice
okay,
thing?
so here's the honest thing. Out of Americans and being in Mexico for the period of time we are in here, you don't think Filipinos, male and female, are avoiding on everything?
Okay, that's another thing. Thank you.
As a Filipino, what do you think
That's
of
why I said. That's
Filipinos?
why I said this is a build up. This is a
Is
real
it
good topic
them? Are
because
they super quiet and they're avoiding
we
things?
should change the topic, the title of this thing because this is a very good topic. What I'm saying is, okay, guys and Westerners. I'm talking about Westerners. I'm not talking about Filipinos. Westerners. Well, some of you Filipinos who can listen in and you probably can learn something from here. All right, Westerners. First off, the Western attitude is more. What's the well? Actually, some of you are, some of you aren't. Again, not everybody's the same. We're more gregarious. Oh, I see. Even I say we because I'm not your typical Filipino. Um, most Westerners are more gregarious. They're more open. They can talk. They're more, that kind of deal. And by nature, a lot of Filipinos are meek. You know what I'm saying? So that alone, one, that's a barrier. A lot of Filipinos don't even talk. They only talk when it's a necessity. Okay. Then to add to make things worse is Filipinos. Most of them don't speak English. And even if they do, it doesn't mean they're comfortable with it. I met a lot of Filipinos who can speak English, but they're not comfortable. They feel very insecure. They feel like they're stupid. When again, I'm not saying they are. I'm saying they feel like they sound stupid, even though because they even tell me like, I said, you speak English. Why aren't you speaking English? I mean, I don't mean it as in like with them. I'm talking about with um like with strangers, because like Heidi, because like, why aren't you talking to her? I know you speak English. And they said, because I sound stupid. That's what they tell me when why they don't talk to my wife.
Yeah, there's
Heidi.
different levels of passiveness
Right.
why they don't communicate.
Right. But what I'm
But
saying
I
is,
directly asked you, among the Americans,
right,
are
right.
they generally passive or do they do the Tampo? The answer is probably not. We probably got more of an
That's what I'm saying.
attitude.
This is a buildup. What I'm saying again is Americans are more. They want. They're
Instant
more
gratification. We want the
correct.
answers and we want to resolve. It's the same with the Brits and the
Correct.
Canadians, Western people. We want to talk now. We don't want to talk in 3, 4 days. You're
Well,
always
and then
Filipinos, in my opinion, will put their own funerals off a month after they're dead.
here's another thing.
They don't want to talk about death. They don't want to talk
Here's
about next week's electric
okay.
bill.
Be self-aware,
Guys comment that are
guys
with
and girls.
Filipinos.
That's another thing you guys have to
They're
think
putting off
about.
their dang
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
funerals.
whoa, whoa, whoa. Again, the ones that again are in the chat. Again, I'm not asking for a response because this is not about like I'm not outing anybody or breaking down somebody literally, because this is a personal thing inside us. And what I mean is, pay attention to the relationships you have in the West. I'm not talking about like you have a foreign partner. I'm talking about the ones that you have the same culture, same nationality that you have. And do you have a partner that clams up and just shut up?
Yeah, Richie Rich
And
Abroad's in the house. I
right,
know you've discussed all these different topics. We've seen some of your questions, comments, and polls that you've done. I think just about every Western expat has
oh,
dealt with
okay,
this, and it happens male or female.
okay. Again, like I was saying, guys, again, if I'm not talking about an interracial relationship here, I'm talking about the same culture, same nationality, same race, whatever. Do you constantly have partners that clam up? And the reason why I'm asking you this is because is the one common denominator is you. What I'm saying is there are people out there that don't know their limits and they don't know their boundaries. They again, they're the ones that knock on turtles, like I said earlier, that keep on knocking. And what I'm saying is,
And be self aware because that same damn turtle can do things
no,
too.
no, no, hey, babe, that's not the point. What I'm saying is, these the reason why I'm said you have to be self-aware because there's several levels of this other level. I'm talking about the ones that keep knocking on turtles. I'm trying to be nice here. I'm not trying to make labels. Again, I'm not asking anybody in
He
the
who has
chat.
Tampo doesn't know boundaries either in
Stop,
the end.
stop, stop. This is not. Gosh. All right. Again, be self-aware. If your same race, same cultural partner, they're all climbing up. Your common denominator is you. Be self-aware of the type of person you are. Because I tell you what, in all probability, you go into this category. Again, I'm not saying any names as far as labels are, because this level is there's several levels of this level, and what I'm getting at, the extreme level are the ones that pour sugar in the gas tanks, key their partner's cars, pop the tires, that kind of deal. So because they want a response now, there's different type of levels of this subcategory.
Could be they're just pissed off. Ain't got nothing to do with because they want a response now. You done pissed them off.
No, no.
I don't think keying
Any
a car
psychologists in the chat,
will
which
say they're
I
trying to
know
get
odds
your
are we
attention.
don't have a psychologist in the chat because they probably won't watch our channel. They will agree with me and they'll say yes, yes, this is a type of
It's
personality profile, yada yada
yeah,
yada.
instant gratification. If anything, they're
And
mad.
Not necessarily. No, they just want an answer now. It's again. I'm not gonna label names or put labels. Period. Point being is be self-aware of who you are, and if all your partners tend to turtle up, the problem is you. That's why I said don't admit to it in the chat. I'm not asking for you guys to do that or anything like that because again,
Well, I'll resolve it right now on my half. I hear what you're saying, and I know you're talking to the people. You're the only one that's communicated the least.
that's irrelevant because in the
I'm
end,
just answering. I'm just
okay,
this. We've been
okay.
going back forth. I'm just
That's another
saying.
thing. That's another thing. I don't care. Okay, not. I'm not talking about Heidi here. It's kind of like when we watch like okay, me and Heidi watch these crime
And
shows,
I've dated
whatever.
men all over the world.
Right.
Trust and believe that.
Right. Me and Heidi watch these crime shows, especially the ones that are in relationships, and they just lose it. You just lose their shit and just do some really bad stuff. Point being is no person in the world controls you but you, regardless of what they call you, what they do to you, or anything. If you have to go that much that you go out against the law that you end up in prison for ex-naying somebody, that's on you. Point being is your partner doesn't control you, you control you, and that's why I told Heidi.
Yeah, be your own person and don't
Right,
be
and that
controlled is what you
right.
say. But at the end of the day, where I'm trying to get to, that doesn't mean be your own person and you don't have to communicate with your partner about bills and everyday life and your future and your relationship and everything.
And
It's different than being
this
your
is
own
why I
person.
asked Heidi.
You're a couple, and couples don't get to take 6 days off or 3 days off of
And
non-communication. Or as Filipinas will do, they run to their family's house and hide.
well, and this is
And that
why
is
I
true.
asked Heidi to leave this comment up until now. Now you can take it down.
Oh, thank you.
As now at that point, you know when to walk away. That was I was trying to get at. Anyway,
Yeah.
enough school for today. Sorry guys, I didn't mean to do it, but it was a very
Oh, there's
important.
going to be other
It
comments.
was a very important topic as far as like Tampo or whatever, because it's deep, and that's why I get upset. Because guys, it could be you, it could be them, it could be a lot of things.
Ooh, they're a little defensive here, aren't we?
Huh?
First
What
time I've
happened?
ever seen Thera. She said, "Leave Brenda alone." OMG.
Who's Brenda?
Brenda is the other woman in Peachback Mountain. It's the other woman that he's paying the family for, and she came all the way from Behold to live over there. And so, yes, I mean, if it's the same commenter she's referencing to, I get it.
Oh
But
well.
she did come back and say, just because you know a little about her doesn't feel like you're entitled to trash her. So we did, and we have been talking about her.
Well, I
And
don't
so is
know
the
if
other
she's talking to
person.
us or them, but I didn't. I
Either
honestly didn't
way, we
know who
know
Brenda
enough.
is. But anyway,
Brenda is the other woman on Peachback Mountain. No, they're currently no, but the fact that that's all she's seen as doing is being a housekeeper and cleaning up for him and now butchering his meat and him pawing her up and paying her family, there's stuff that is still obvious enough. But I don't know on our side trashing. To me, we've been pretty level on talking about Brenda. I don't know why she would go out there knowing that whole situation. What sane woman would go out there to stay besides the family being paid? Would she go out there like that?
okay. Well,
That to me just seems like pure insanity,
now
unless that's
first,
pure desperateness. The
first
guy's
off, the
old, still
problem I
20 years
have
older.
with that story is they're the ones who
They're still putting their own story out.
deceived and let the bag out. It's kind of like, I get it, but
I don't know who would do that except for somebody desperate. And then maybe she's not. That is the perception they're leading with, is that, oh, she likes to clean. Here she is cleaning. Here she is butchering my meat today. And then she's out there living with a woman that he dated for 5 years that he lied about being married to, and him calling himself
Brenda's the
daddy
new
to the kid.
girl.
Yes.
Oh
She's saying
well.
leave her alone. But I don't know if that's directed to us or back to the person that keeps talking for the last 3 live streams, but I don't see him saying nothing.
Okay, in all fairness, I mean, I'm not attacking or nor defending. In all fairness, we don't know the whole story.
No, we always said that. We've always said that
Yeah.
from the beginning, but I wouldn't call it trash talking. Believe me, that's reserved for after the live stream. Well, I wish we had some sort of like after.
Well,
If we had some sort of
that's the
after
thing. I don't
live
think she's
stream
talking
where
to
we're
us. That's
smoking
what I'm saying.
cigars and we can drink a
Well,
little
that's what I
whiskey or
said. I don't
something,
think she's talking.
we'll
I don't
call
think
it.
Flora's talking to us
Hey,
because
George.
we didn't say anything.
George, we'll call it Antics Reserve.
Yeah.
That'll just be us sitting on the bed smoking cigars and talking real shit.
No. We didn't say anything about her.
What do you guys think of that idea?
That's why I don't think she was talking about
Antics
us.
Reserve.
No. Yeah, short time husband. Correct. Yes. Clean the pipes.
Sweet Caroline.
Sweet Caroline. Dot dot dot.
You know what this says right here, right?
What's that?
It doesn't make any sense.
It probably is.
Yeah. So short time quickie. Gotcha. So how long is long time, George? I don't know. You get them overnight for a certain price. Bar fine plus money.
No. Long time is the standard time. Overnight.
Yeah, Thera says if you're concerned
Overnight.
about the price, just go to the street
8
and
hours.
you can get.
It's overnight. Yes.
No, that's true. We said during the pandemic you could pick up 100 peso girl. Manila, you don't even have to go to the bar. For 100 pesos, somebody's willing to do something. Kind of like a 20 bid or something in Los Angeles.
Well,
probably
I'm
not
just
these
saying,
days,
I mean,
but I'm sure you can find a
you
lady
better put
boy
a triple ring coat on that shit. Just saying.
and bring your own whiskey to pour on that.
I mean, yeah, pour the whiskey on it after you put on the raincoats. Just saying. I mean, damn.
End up with lice and mice.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
No, the pets are doing good. Actually, Mary's sitting here sleeping. She's due for a haircut. It's
Who's
been
this?
exactly.
I can't tell who this is.
That's her. I know she looks like Cookie. Cookie, our other tortie, actually is small too.
Yeah, there's this other dog.
She's due for her haircut, but last time the haircutters come, she can hear them clinking at the gate and called out. You know, she went under the furniture. I couldn't get her out. Mary, the last time they came last month, she heard me talk to them on the phone, and then afterwards, it's like she knew, and I could not get her from under the furniture, and it took forever to get her out. Yeah. Tampo is being irritated or upset about something, and you don't think that the other person should know why. Like I said, it's a combination there for sure. I just know out of all the countries, the Middle East, Canada, America, Mexico, Belize, all these places, I think it deals for different levels. For me, it comes down to the maturity and avoidance because they don't want to fight with the person. If you do it every now and then, once or twice a year, but here I'm finding and hearing from the men that it happens a lot. But think about the relationships of the expat vloggers that's showing it or on Facebook or whatever. And it does happen Filipino on Filipino. Usually there's a large age gap. That's another part of the Tampo thing. A lot of these guys, there is an age gap. You're talking 60 and 25.
Well, because it's a cultural issue, and people
they
realize you guys don't.
It's cultural too, but I think the age gap also is a big issue. It doesn't happen in Canada. It doesn't happen in the Middle East. It happens here more often than I did any of the other countries. So you're going to find the language barriers and this and that is a problem. Oh. So it seems like the American guys suffer or are bothered, so was thinking to do it back. I said there's reasons. I keep hearing a few of these channels that'll say, "Oh, you can't withhold sex," and she wasn't giving it up. And I'm like, when I think about 3 vloggers that I watch, the first thing that goes through my head is, "What did you do?" Is that because you've been on a drug bender for 3 days, or because you have been cheating multiple times and at bars all night? Is it because you haven't worked in months and months and she had it and you're cheating on her? And you guys got to realize when a woman goes off the chain, it's usually not for a reason. But in general, it's like self-awareness, knowing what you do as a female expat, as a like me, as an American woman. What did the guys do? I keep hearing, oh, these women are so bad in my country and things are just so rough and tough. I got to go find somebody in Southeast Asia. And then they get here and they get the same shit. And it's like, huh, how'd that feel? Matter of fact, I'm kind of like, you fell on your face situation, but it's in general, it's like, what did I do? Be self aware. What did he do? Sometimes they can't be self aware. And then here it's the same thing. And I really think the age gap has something to do with it. And really, people are
You're my spot, kid.
passive aggressive or the childish behavior, like the trash being thrown on the ground, or the way they drive, or the way they watch their kids here, or some of the things that happen here more in the Philippines that I've seen anywhere else, like the stealing of the goddamn cables and wires. Now, what I did find out that I think I talked about the last time, I found out that that whole neighborhood was on fire. So that's why they didn't wait for the power to go down. The whole neighborhood was on fire. And they planned to resettle them somewhere else, but they were still stealing the wires and they're still going to have to rewire later. And a lot of that wasn't even burnt. It's still not their wires. So it's
Well, I get the hustle, but they should never done that.
no,
Regardless,
it was crazy when they actually did that. So
I'm aware of
I go
what's going on.
I go silent so I don't say bad things against the person I'm upset with. Yeah, it's okay on the occasion. But if you see a pattern where somebody's been together for a couple years and it's happening a few times a week and then they don't communicate about anything else, that's different. I'm sure there as a person, as a woman anyways, we talk with our men, we make plans and all this and that. And at other times I feel that it's, I don't know, men all the way around avoid things like the death talk or planning for retirement or, making plans to go out to dinner. You find us as women, we do things like, things with the kids and planning their lunches and the weekly meals and all that. I get men not wanting to be involved in and being real off on that. But what I do find in general are some other things. And so it's okay to go silent on the occasion. It's strong. Highly recommend doing it. I'm not very capable of just saying, hey, I'm just going to let them whatever. I've done it on the occasion when I was younger more than older. I do want to resolve things right away and I want to talk about what's going on but usually for me and George, it's where I'm already talking about something one sided sometimes, and then he just doesn't want to answer or be a part of it. And then it turns into an argument because of it. So, but AI is like Tampo or tampon. Yeah, Tampo. It's the first time I've ever heard it. Is there really a word Tampo and then a definition based on it?
Yes,
What does it say, please?
Tampo. Well,
Yeah.
Tampo is a real word. Whether or not it's in the English Webster dictionary or something, I don't know. But it's always been a real word. It existed when I was a little kid.
Tampo. It's a Filipino culture. Tampo is referring to the state of pouting or sulking. And notice it says Filipino. By the way, Bruce, you saying that I'm being racist and because George said it, how come Tampo only is related to Filipinos? Not too racist now, is it? Stating the pouting and sulking often as a way of expressing their hurt feelings or disappointment without directly confronting the person who caused them. It is a form of a silent treatment.
Yeah,
The
silent treatment. That's what I
closest
said.
English translation is to sulk,
Yeah,
tampo.
silent treatment is
But
nobody used the word
tampo,
sulk, but
tampo
silent treatment is the word they
often
use.
carries a unique cultural nuance in the Philippines.
Nuance. It's a nuance.
Expressing
it's just a
hurt
label.
feelings, a form of
It's just
silent
a label.
treatment.
Nuance. It's a label.
Okay.
Again, silent
Cultural
treatment.
context.
Right. Context.
It
Cultural
goes beyond
context.
simple sulking. When sulking is
Right.
closely translated,
Silent treatment is the best wording, not sulking. That's why I said nobody uses the word sulking.
whole point is, it's not me being racist.
All right, never mind. It's not that. It's Filipino because the word is Filipino. Of course, it's going to be Filipino. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of other countries that have other things, but that's they have their own label. It's still a silent treatment. The
Yeah.
doghouse. So the doghouse is probably what, American, I guess. I don't know.
I'm a veteran wanting to leave there for a year or two. What is the best online income could I have? There is not really one anymore. What do other expats do for a living? A they come with a monthly income, or they do vlogging. Is it possible to have a work visa college? Yes, there is student visas, and they just came out, which has not been formed. They said 2 years ago it was going to be formed. They've got, what is the other visa, the temporary one for working here? Nomad digital visa, but it hasn't. They still have not set the rules. Not this February, but last February it was supposed to be active, and they haven't. They've put this off, and so the you would have to come in on a tourist visa, but technically you're not allowed to work, not even online, if you're going by actual laws. Do people do it? The answer is yes. And with jobs harder and harder to get, even online, although they say they're available, they do teaching. So the typical jobs are vlogging, teaching, which is very hard to get these days. Like you have to catch jobs that are doing it. Um, there's I would suggest having a good job before you leave. That you establish some online customer service equipment that you can bring with you or something. There are people that do real estate back in their countries, online data entry, but you need to get the right visas. So Black a spot. I think Tampo may be distancing to either being pursued to explain or apologize, playing hard to get, or to calm down and avoid an emotional fight is just a form of ghosting. It is a form of ghosting. And like I said, I know that I did say that at some point it exists everywhere in the world. Like George says, it's just got a different name, or it's the word they use for sulking, but sulking when they actually hide and avoid conversation to me is beyond sulking. But maybe I'm thinking something beyond Tampo. It gets to be relational problems. So just not Tampo, some of it goes too far in relations. Computer programming, yeah. Yeah, or now it's the AI stuff. You can get into all kinds of stuff with AI. Mark said, George, you don't live or sleep with the neighbors, your coworkers, or the teachers. You don't go home with them at the end of the
That's
day.
not the point.
You go home to your
That's
spouse.
irrelevant. That's irrelevant because
I think
it's
it's, yeah.
it's not the who you're with or whoever. It's the behavior. So you're saying that coworker isn't doing that to their partner? It
Oh, they are.
is.
Yeah, I'll agree. If they're
Because
doing
has
it at
nothing.
work.
See, that's the thing you guys don't understand. Has nothing to do with you. That's their behavior. The only time it has something to do with you if everybody does that to you, then that means you're the problem. But has nothing to do with you. I'm not talking about
Well,
whether
I'm
you're
confused.
sleeping with who you're around with. Point being is
I'm about
if
ready to flip this around because you were trying to tell me in the beginning that it just isn't dealing with spouses. You said teachers do it, this person does it, that person does it,
right,
that everybody's doing it.
and again has nothing to do with you. I'm not talking about you has nothing to do with the person
Yeah, you're just
that's
saying
being.
everybody does it.
Everybody does it at one point in time, whether you or not have never done it. Then that's also a sign. Guys, I'm not here to teach you deep psychology or whatever. Point being is
Yeah, hissy fit.
anybody who does you a silent treatment has nothing to do with you. They do it because that's them. That's their conflict avoidance. Again, don't overthink things. It's really simple. It doesn't mean shit whether they're Filipino or not.
So,
Again, they do it in America. They do it, and again, it's irrelevant whether you sleep with the person or not. They do it to anybody who they feel they're injustice.
well, I guess what he's
It,
saying is here, anyone can live without speaking to their neighbor, teacher, or whatever. I think he's more saying you have no choice when you go home and deal with your wife,
right.
is
That's
what
what
he's
I'm saying.
saying.
It, and that's another
It
thing.
does
Again,
change
has
when
nothing
it's
to
your
do
own
with you. Right.
spouse.
Has nothing to do with you. It's them. It's their conflict avoidance. But that's also what I said. The catch is if everybody does it to you, then you're the problem.
Yeah, yeah, especially if you're nagging like I'm really like aggressive and grouchy. It's like I don't want to talk to that old lady that just came through Walgreens, and then I go to Publix, and then it's the same thing. Just give her the coupon. Just and then if you're always like that, and you're doing a hissy fit. Someone said in America it's called a hissy fit.
Right.
Yeah, then I am the catalyst during. I
Right. If
am
everybody's
the
having a
firecracker.
hissy fit around you, then you're the problem. And that's what I said.
Right. Yeah, I
Be
see that
aware,
side
be
of.
self-aware. If everybody's doing it to you, then
Laura says, I tend to snap, no silence vocal. Yeah, we tend to want to have it out with them now, and you should be able to. You should have your person be, nagging and constantly doing it over every single subject is one thing. Then I can see withdrawing. But you can't withdraw from every single part of life because you're just trying to avoid
now same thing again. I'm not trying to call anybody out here,
that.
but also be aware that if you're the one who never shut up during an argument, um, then you know who you are. And what I mean by that is some people are aware that they'll never back down no matter what, and they're aware of it, and some of them are proud of it. And again, there's nothing wrong with it because you know why? Remember, the world needs everybody. For example, me, I kind of stand in between. I can get really loud and
Hey,
be
Bruce.
aggressive if I have to, or I can be meek when I have to. So I'm one of the ones in the middle. And there's like Heidi, like loud like Heidi.
It
Well,
can be frustrating.
but what
It's
I'm saying
very
is
frustrating here
it
and with
it's
you.
well, that's not what I'm getting at. The point is you need everybody. And what I'm saying is, for example, when I said, remember my gift to Heidi on one of her birthdays? You know why I gave her that? Because the reality is, I'll tell you what, if something happens, again, I always said this before, Heidi has my back. And if she was a meek person, I could grab her anything I want and she wouldn't use it. She wouldn't touch it. You know what I'm saying? You
Mm.
guys get my point. Like, you need people to back you up. Now, if you want somebody who does Tampo all the time and never, be aware, again, I'm not judging anybody. They're in a fight, in like somebody breaks in your house. I'm again with your if you're a female American and you're with Filipino in a fight, or if somebody breaks in your house, it's a Filipino guy who always gives you tampo. In all probability, they're not gonna engage. They're not gonna fight
But
whoever's
there are
breaking in
some
that door.
people in everyday life
You know what I'm
that
saying?
not only avoid dealing with anything in their household, they avoid everything at work, they avoid things with other employees and people at the bank. Then, like you said, it is within that person itself, American, Filipino, or
No, that's
whatever.
I did say that.
It's a
Yes.
big behavioral problem.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just more common here because, but it's aggravated because of, again, the cultural differences. Like you said, the age difference does contribute to it.
And the age difference, or
Yeah.
sometimes it carries over because I've heard other channels that had good arguments on this where you go to the bank, and I think there's a part of the passiveness and Tampo that are separate from where they won't go above and beyond, like at the
Well, the
bank or
bank
the
is a good
grocery
example. For
stores
example, the bank.
or driving, the
Yeah,
behavior that
I
they
can
can
be.
scratch your car and be like,
Yeah,
mm, I've seen,
yeah,
where
I
they're
can be
just
loud
like,
and obnoxious if I have to. Heidi will tell you
yeah, I mean,
that.
they've seen you on air.
And well, I'm talking about in public. I'm not
Yeah.
because I'm not a keyboard warrior. I'm really not. Um, what I'm saying is you have to know when and how to do when the right times are. You know, that kind of deal.
My coworkers does that a lot who are American. When they don't like someone, they give them the silent treatment. Well, yeah, if there's somebody that or people that I find not obnoxious or just certain things, or you know that they're going to fight with you no matter what, or they're going to ask you like, "Will I'll avoid somebody that I know that's asking for money all the time, or ask for cigarettes." Like when I used to smoke at the television studio, I know that person was going to walk up to me and say, "Hey, let's go out and smoke." Then I'll make sure it's like clockwork 3 times a day. It's like I'm just going to avoid him and go to the bathroom
And
situation,
yeah,
and you avoid certain things is
and
yeah is
those same
another.
coworkers are the ones that are gonna give their husbands or wives the silent treatment.
Yeah.
Exact same thing. It's their defense mechanism. Whether they're defending themselves or not has nothing to do with it. The fact they feel injustice, they'll activate that switch.
Udolfo, I first time I've seen you, I don't know what over suppy of idiots. SUPPY. I have no idea what suppy is. So I'm seeing the comment there, but I don't know what it means. Hey, Bruce says, love this. Heidi, I didn't spend all the time building a vocabulary not to show it off, right? Or at this point, with me being on steroids and all of that, I want effing answers. And then I find that the Tampo is kind of related to the passiveness. It is part of the behavior. And then so many passive people here. But I've never seen it in any other country. It's like, oh, I got a wrapper here. Let me just throw it outside of the car. Or
Oh
I
my
don't
god.
know.
I'm
Everything from A to Z here.
Sarah Tyson.
Not my circus, not my monkey. Let me bring my circus over here.
One of the things that I learned
It
not
does.
recently, but recently, within the year, incel. You know what an incel is? No, no. I mean, I'm
Are you
not.
talking about somebody that's hiding in America right now to pop out of a box and do something bad? Incel, as
No, no,
in,
no, no, no.
oh,
Okay, okay. See, first off, don't feel bad if you don't know what incel is, because I didn't know it, and I thought I have a very extensive vocabulary. Okay, incel. I learned it. The
is that
reason
true?
why
You might.
the reason why Sarah Tyson reminded me because there's this vlogger who uses incel in every sentence. No, really, and they're like making fun of her because she has a limited vocabulary because she always uses incel in her sentence. All right, so anyway, I was like, what the frick is incel? Incel is a person who basically basically incels are trolls because they can't have a partner.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the definition of incel. Like they can't have a boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever, and that's what an incel is. I thought it was funny. I was like, what incel? What?
Mark, George,
Oh
are you a psychologist or couples therapist? No, we're YouTubers that are just having conversation. 100%. Never claimed to. We get all kinds of labels. And
no, no,
me and
no, no,
George
no.
was just saying today, not you specifically, but there are haters out there. Ain't nobody going to duplicate, match us, be anything like this channel. 100% unique. We're still 100% unique. People come back, well, I've seen Western and Filipino couples, not over the age of 50, not an American woman that's been here 5 years. He lived 28 years in the US. He knows the US. He knows this. We admit mistakes. We've been through A to Z. He was a business owner for 10 years. I've got a unique perspective. He has. I'll cuss him out and walk right out of a live stream. We don't hide what's going on. We are truly married and we cover everything from relationships to other expats that are screwing up here to things not to do to chismus. And it's what we do. And we're highly unusual. And for those that say we're jealous of these other 10 channels that are talking shit about us, we're like, why? If anything, I find it that they're just mad that we put the truth out about shit.
Well, just real quick, for those of you, and not
I
that it matters.
mean, we're
First
not
off,
therapists. We're not professionals. We don't know it all. It may sound
no,
like
no,
we're
no, no.
trying to
I'm
be it
not a
all, but we
know-it-all,
are over 50 with experience.
but I did receive some psychological training. Yes.
Was
So
that was that when you was a salesman?
no,
When you was a ninja in the army?
no,
Oh,
no, no. Certain big name companies they send their managers to a university to have some
yeah, some
training
do.
in order to be able to handle They're people, and that's where I got my training from. So, is it a full blown training? No, it's not. But I was there for 2 weeks. Um,
Laura, well, Western women are controlling and dominating. It's a generalization and stereotype. And it's the same with not all Filipina and Filipinos are lazy or that they're scammers or that they do Tampo. It's the same. So most of it you're going to hear on social media, just like people want drama. So then it's covered and everything, but the same thing. But we ain't going to just lay down either. You know, it is what it is on situations. I'm not going to be controlled and dominated either. You know what I mean? Somebody in a relationship, everybody has to do their part in a
yeah,
relationship.
leave that up there. But go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. What's the deal here?
Oh, I did. But anyway, now the issue with what Laura's saying. Here's another thing, that I'm gonna go on the defensive here. Not on me because
But
I'm not a
women
Western
are
woman.
women everywhere.
Well, no. Here's the
There
thing.
are controlling, bitchy women here too. Trust and believe that
No,
shit.
and that's what I'm getting at.
Just like the heavy set. Oh, every Filipina here is in shape. Bitch, you just saying that just to irk somebody
Right.
and shit because they chunky women here.
Okay. Now, anybody again in this chat will agree with
Small
me.
minded is what I
All
would
right.
call that.
Again, everybody in this chat will agree with me. Here's the problem with this stereotype. Again, the Karens. Now, I'm not saying that all Karens that you see are not Karens because
Other Karens here. What you talking about?
That's what I said. I'm talking about the
You ever
ones
seen a
that
Chinese
all
Karen?
right,
The worst.
the ones that I'm talking about again. The Karens that you see on social media, as far as fairness are concerned, are some of them real Karens? Yes. Are some of them not real Karens? Yeah, some of them aren't. But here's the problem with the stereotype. It's the personality profile, same thing. Again, the problem you have here that you face is the ones that are on social media are the type that are like, look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me. And then guess what? The ones that are meek and don't say shit, they're not gonna post any of that on social media. So what I'm saying is,
I think everybody has a Karen moment. They
that's
just
what I
got caught on camera.
that's what I said. Some of them are true Karens and some of them aren't, and that's what I was getting at.
I think they're
Is
having a bad day. They got caught on camera. I
right.
don't think they're like some
Yes,
are 24/7
some, correct,
Karens, but
and most are not because I guarantee you, a lot of the women that you know in your group have had a Karen moment, but a lot of them aren't really
are
that
you
type.
just trying to balance out the Tampa with Karen thing now?
I'm not. I'm just saying the problem is the ones that keep bitching on social media are bitches.
Yeah, you'd be male
The
Karens
ones that are
too.
happy are not gonna post that.
Oh, you're talking about the
How? Of
nasty
course, you're not
people.
gonna
It's
see that. Of
Karen
course, you're not
posting
gonna see
about
that. You're
Karens.
not gonna see, Mary Sue like, oh, it's such a beautiful day. Bye, y'all.
So
Nobody
in other
does that.
words, it's them
Nobody does that.
themselves. Yeah, it's the haters that are posting
Right.
hating
The
stuff,
haters
and it's
are
us
gonna hate,
expat.
and they're
It's
gonna
me as an
keep
expat
posting.
that's posting other expats that are in it. Yeah, I mean, yeah,
Right.
it is.
So of course it looks like all. No, I'm not saying again all, but it seems that a lot of Western women are Karens because that's who post. That's all I'm saying.
That's what's being posted.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
So yeah. See, you guys got George all wound. Got you all wound up. Yeah, that
there you
was
go. True
earlier.
story.
That was yeah. Asian language is high context. People who lived in a similar culture for thousands of years develop a nonverbal form of communication. I think all countries have a. I think
Oh,
everywhere
okay, okay.
from.
Remember when I said I wouldn't okay, would I date Chinese women? Yes. Would I be wanna be married to one? No. Okay, again, I'm not picking on them. It's their culture. If you want a silent partner, I mean, I'm not talking about silent partner as in a business wise. If you want a silent partner who doesn't say shit, get a Chinese woman. For the most part, a lot of them don't say squat, and they will give you Tampo.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is again, culturally, I don't have a problem with them, but me and Chinese women are culturally incompatible. You know, if that makes any sense. I mean, I don't have a problem with them. I'll date them if I was single, but you know,
Yeah, I don't know. The expat is the prize in the Philippines, and the Filipina is the prize in the U.S. So who has the power in the Philippines? I don't. I think they're both losing at this
well,
point.
that's in all fairness. A lot of Westerners sometimes think that. Yes, I said sometimes.
AI says, guys, a good topic to discuss. If you may, have you noticed that it felt like time is speeding up? Yeah, it has. Ever since 5 years ago. Me and George will sit there and talk about something, and we'll be like, when we left, hamburger was at this price just recently. We're like, fudge, it's been 5 years. So yeah, we would be out of touch if it wasn't for our kids and family, like his family back in the United States and my family. We probably wouldn't be so much in touch, but it does seem like yesterday. And every time, like like when we go to the bank for my Social Security, or we do certain shopping twice a month that we get from Landers, like, dang, it's been 3 weeks since we ordered last. No time, everything seems to be going quicker. But I remember we were discussing when we were working, if this would have just been 5 years ago when he was running the business, it seemed like those days were forever. It did. It seemed like time was going in reverse on some days. When you're doing a lot of work and you're working and you're trying to get to your weekend for the time off, and at that point, George had not had a vacation, what, in about 4 or 5 years? 7 years? When was your vacation previous when we met? How long vacation, George? In the United States when I met you. 5 years, you said? Six?
Oh, when before
In the United States when you went on
before I took a day off, you mean?
a day off or vacation, either way. I don't
3 years.
know. Something like that. It was something. Took a day off or vacation? I
Day
asked
off.
specific. Okay, vacation. How long? So when you'd had that
Three
family?
years.
Okay,
Yeah.
3 years on both.
Yeah, I don't usually take a day off unless I
I thought
really
it had
have
been
to.
longer
Have
than
to.
that.
But yeah,
So
yeah, coconut guy. If you want your time to slow down, have your mother-in-law move in with you. Time will slow to a halt. Just a pro tip there.
not if she's dead. Good for you.
Then it would be very interesting. Then
Why?
what to have,
My mom's dead.
to have a casket in the house?
No, my
That would be
mom's
very
dead.
interesting.
What I'm
Yeah,
saying is, if she's
then
dead,
bring
then
in
you
the
don't have to worry about
casket. Yeah, I'm pretty sure time will slow down too.
unless you're still married to your first wife here,
You know,
George. How about you answer that one? Was you ever married in the Philippines?
never. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Dun dun dun.
That you know of.
You were not married before you left for the
You have the
US.
freaking cinema somewhere in this house.
I mean, you're not married now.
No,
You
cinema
could
will
have
show
28 years
you.
ago.
Well, I believe it'll show you.
That vital statistics with computers
Yeah.
was not in existence 28 years ago. So I would believe that in the Philippines about
No,
as
I have.
much as getting a clear
Please.
cinema after 28 years would not surprise me if you were married as you left the Philippines.
Okay. Anyway,
Okay. Dun dun dun. George has 9 wives.
that's no secret. One in every state.
One in every port here.
One in every zip code.
What do women bring to the table which any other woman cannot? Nothing. I mean, yeah, every men can be replaced too. A person can be replaced. And these days, sometimes it doesn't matter if it's a male or a female. I do know that in all countries, especially here, you may find out your Filipinas had a side chick forever as a girlfriend. That is that's not too uncommon to find out your chick had a chick on the side when you guys are marrying them and there's a 30-year age gap and everything. But what I'm saying is people can be replaced all the way around, male or female. Yeah,
They could have replaced you with a German Shepherd for all you know.
that could be
Have peanut
too.
butter and a German Shepherd, they're good to go.
I'd probably say if you're the foreigner here and you've relied on them a lot, like I do, there has been times where I felt like I was at George's mercy. It's no doubt that I would feel being as I have him do certain things, or like deal with things like the electric bill that I couldn't. Now I just do it online. But a few years ago, you would have to go down and take care of it or something. And during the pandemic with the lockdown, there were a lot of issues. But
Now, in fairness, there's a lot of things. Again, I'm never one to control somebody, but in all
yeah, no.
fairness, there's a lot of things that an expat can do that a Filipino can do, and vice versa. However, the only limits are, of course, if it's, for example, obviously a Filipino can't make you a bank account because you have to be there, that kind of stuff. But for the most part, it's not like you're confined. You can do whatever you want. The only things you're limited to is whatever your visa limits you to.
Well, I would say I was more reliant on whatever, like in Mexico. For me, the language barrier here, at least people speak
Well, even
English,
even to that extreme,
and the signs are in
even to
English.
that
They weren't
extreme, you
in
could
over
still
there.
do it. You just have
Yeah,
to
more
be
effort.
more brave. Yeah.
Richie says, I don't want someone who is confrontational, but we need to deal with the problems and solve it before we move on, right? Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I
Yeah.
see what you mean. I see what you mean. You
Yeah.
don't want to leave things behind and let's forget about it. Let's not talk about it, right?
F-16 says it's called Makeup Boom Boom. That's George's favorite. That's why I think he's always.
Right?
Uh-huh. Yeah. Incredible. Incredible. Communication is key, Heidi. My Filipina now says this. It is. So it is within the person. Because I would say that it's very obvious how George, most of the time, is avoidant and does try to avoid things. But I do feel all men have done this in my life to some extent. And you're going to know that I'm going to want to talk about it, deal with it, because I mean, there's different type of people. It's quite evident who we are as people, you know what I mean? But there are times when I'm super quiet and I'm George, and then George is off the chain. So we do have some form of balance. But I was thinking about this the other day, that I am the one that organizes our death and funeral stuff and some of the things with YouTube, and when we traveled here and when we packed up and moved. George is a good little worker and father, raising his kids over the years. But if you ask George to plan anything or things in advance, or if laundry's to be done in 3 days, he'll probably do it on the second or third day. By the second day, I'm ready to dust his bunny right off the top of his head. Why aren't you doing laundry? So, I mean, it's just, hey, George, you're going to do laundry in a week, and it could turn into something totally different at that point. It is going to be communication, but some people, not specifically our marriage, but there are, just with Filipinos and expats, a form of a breakdown of communication. Then you mix in family and money issues, or if your expat, is mean to the Filipina, or some of these guys don't for these channels where they say, "Oh, my Filipina left me," and this and that. I still believe these channels where their Filipinas left, and there's a lot more going on. Like Peachback Mountain, American Man and Wife. I believe there was a bunch more stuff. I really do believe. Wait a minute. I don't. I think Brenda is the woman that just had the baby. Is Brenda? I don't think the girlfriend's name is Brenda.
Well, that's why I said I don't know who
I don't
Brenda
know
is.
which one is which. So now I
Yeah,
just
I
thought
don't know
about
who
that.
Brenda is. Yeah.
Is Brenda the one that had the baby? I see. We don't
Well, it's
even
possible it's the
the new
the
girl,
reason being is because Thora says
because
that
we haven't
I was
covered
a
it in a few weeks.
housekeeper and was treated terribly by someone by asking how much she was. No, well, that's why I said because the
I'm
housekeeper is the
sure.
girlfriend.
I mean, I already said that
So,
I don't condemn her cheating and sleeping with another man that had a wife and a kid. Fact. That's all been put out there. Okay. That the man she slept with, we have clearly seen the webpage of him and his wife and four adult sons, or three. So in other words, all this happened, and how it was spoke about afterwards, a different fact. But also, on the other hand, no woman should cheat on their man. The fact they told everybody they were married and was still up to less than a month or two ago was wrong.
well, cheated,
And
cheated.
but I'm sure she dealt with a lot of shit. I'm sure that relationship was breaking down like quick.
Well, the problem was actually not so much the cheating, it's the deception, which is still going on to this day, allegedly.
Yeah, there's some other things,
Yeah, and
but
that's why, like, when we realized, like, oh wait a minute, it's still going on. No wonder they're upset. But anyway,
I think Filipinos act nicer, but not sincere, but just kind. I think like any country, like in Mexico and America, I think you're gonna find nice people, like I said before, and mean people. I tend to think being there's a lot of tourists and a lot of poverty and this and that. Their sincerity, like Mexico or the street people we ran into in Mexico City, some of it's not as sincere. But I don't know. I think for the most part, you're going to find that Filipinos will give you the shirt off their back situation. You're just going to find good and bad. It's the same in the U.S. You're going to find all kinds of people during them bad storms, how they were all helping, and then the next person was conning somebody, 2 blocks over or something. But I think sometimes some of them are after something is where you'll get the insincerity, but I think they really need it if they're actually asking for it. So, but everybody except for George.
yeah.
Yeah. You wait for your moment. A good partner can bring out the best and the worst in their significant other. Every relationship I've had, yeah, at some point, the equivalent of self destruction. I think so too, Verdell. Because, like I said, George is my happiest moments and he can be some of my worst. And I know he can say the same about me, but we've really rode the ups and downs. I mean, we went through the pandemic and, being locked down. We went through lockdown in Mexico here. We went through all the traveling to different countries. We were still dealing with our own issues in our own lives, along with his business, which was really rough and a lot of work and a lot of work hours he was going through, and employees and hiring and firing, and there was so much going on that we survived through to begin with. So we are within ourselves our own worst enemy situation. Like, there were times where I'd be cranky and not, and when I don't feel good and those steroids kick in, I don't care if it's George or the neighbor. Sometimes I told George, don't take it offensively. I'd be cussing out the next person situation. I said I just was in bad moods. But the problem is George is hypersensitive. I'm hypersensitive. So when he looks at me the wrong way, I'm like, now what did I do? Is he hating me today? So we both go through that. Are you okay? Are you okay? I think there's a lot of emotions with me and you. It's like we're both ragging women at the same time, like gay buddies. Like, I don't know, but it's
Huh?
what I think that's why we're embarrassed now. No,
I already did.
yeah, but obviously there's
Well,
okay.
I mean, Victor says it.
Uh,
Anyway.
yeah, Verdell. Yeah.
Um.
Yeah, like Thera said, mine earned over $700,000 a year, divorced him. I don't care what anybody says, like me and George, saying it doesn't mean it didn't happen or whatever. My last person before George was a multi-millionaire Canadian, and there was a 30-year age gap, but I was over 40 something years old, and this guy owned part of a football team. He wrote 7 or 8 books when writing a book meant something back in the 80s and 90s, and the books were still selling. A financial guy, and he owned several houses and several condos in the Sarasota area. And the problem is it, part of the year he wasn't there, and then he drank a lot. And when there was no commitment after a couple years, I wasn't going to be no sex kitten. That's what I told George. I just got straight to the point. Even at that point in my 40s, that's what it felt like. And I'm just like, no, I don't just hang around to be a sex kitten. And I paid for my own stuff. I never asked the guy for anything. I brought my own food to cook for him. I brought my own alcohol. I wasn't even willing to do that. And so at that point, it's just like I was trying to get to know him, but he was like intelligent and able to talk with him. But he had money, but money didn't mean anything if there was no communication. So and sometimes the man would go to bed at 6, 7 o'clock at night, and I'm like, dude, I just got 2, 3 drinks in me, and you're ready to pass out. I was like, I'll just, I'm not going to sit here and watch TV. So there was a lot of problems with the relationship, but you got to know what you're going to deal with. You can't do it based on the money. You can't force nobody into anything. You can try to conversate about it, but yes, money is not everything. That's why George likes Canadians.
I've only dated a Canadian once that I know is Canadian. I mean, the other ones probably pretended to be Americans. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if you've seen F-16. He's just saying that George is great, but I noticed that Filipinos talk very slow. It takes them 15 minutes to get to a point. Communication is only valuable and understanding are two different things. I do the same thing. I don't think it's a Filipino thing. I think with the language barrier, George doesn't have that, but George is a very like factual. He gets into the description, and it's actually what he's done. I don't think too many Filipinos really do that. I think the language barrier is what's going on with other people. So, Verdell, thank you. Good show. Hey, what's going on, Ruby?
I'm just reading down what's going on. There's some chat stuff going on. Nothing to do with us. But anyway.
Yeah. Oh, you can.
RCDM says, I'm now helping support 7 cats. We had 4 fixed. George and Heidi, any
Hey,
advice?
John Ryder.
Help.
Hey, honestly, Thera, there is nothing wrong with the channel American Man and Filipina. Now I guess it's called Filipina Retirement.
They changed again?
Well, they went back and forth. It's been like that for probably a month or so.
Oh.
They took out Filipino wife because she's not his wife.
It's not his wife. It's all a lie.
She took the channel, and then it was put back. And then the recent comment I made about her video where she fixed the fan, they put it on 2 channels. Allegedly. I thought she didn't put it on both because I said, oh, now she's posting back on the channel. No, she put the video on both channels, her channel and the one. But initially, I'm pretty sure they had a live stream about 8 months ago. They had them, and I think we actually appeared when they had somebody else on there. Like we actually like typed and they said hello to us and everything. We don't have any personal beef with anybody, not Andy Omar, not some of these other troll channels, the people who talk shit about us. We would meet with any of these people because they're kittens. Not one of these people that talk shit or vice versa do we have any ill will about. It's just YouTube. It's a conversation, just like any news channel that talks about whatever's out there. Just because somebody's talking about Trump doesn't mean they hate him. Just because somebody's talking about Rosie O'Donnell doesn't mean they hate him, unless they just got issues deep inside. I talk about Filipinos. It doesn't mean I hate the culture. Like, Heidi's so nasty. No, this is just a conversation, and the same with them. No, we watched it. We think there's something really off about what they're doing. As a matter of fact, if we're watching, it might just be like people do for us, entertainment. Let's see what Heidi and George are going to pop off and say today. We know not everybody's going to agree with us. We know everybody's going to talk shit about us somewhere else about it. We're okay with that. We really are. But, we had initially watched some of their stuff on and off. So nothing wrong with that. We don't care that people watch this or do that, or, we're not like all, it's not all like negative. So they seem that way.
Sarah says you're not racist because you're married to me.
You know what smelled like kimchi today? Your bush.
Oh,
where
damn.
You been?
You ain't right.
You're the one that said you like Korean women. What's been going on down there? You rub that kimchi down there to attract the women?
Damn, that's a great idea.
Wish you would have thought
like this.
Dun 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 dun.
How you doing?
Can you see George walking like a damn duck with his fluffed up feathers with kimchi? He rubbed it all over his bottom half there, like a caterpillar. Wish you'd have thought about it.
Like this.
What's a?
What's your name?
Oh, you smell like a kimchi. Can I have a licky? Licky, licky, quickie, quickie. Would you like to marry me?
I'll try that. I'll just try that real quick.
You just woke the dog up. Thank you very much.
I don't see Korean women though.
You're not looking hard enough. They're everywhere. Hey, y'all. They're probably the ones running the bars. They're probably the boss bitches there. Hey, y'all. So I'm a
Oh, those
veteran and
no,
I'm wanting to live
those.
there for a couple years. Wait a minute. Did we pop back? No, this is recent. This is a repeat. So I take it they put it in there twice because I've been going down the list there. So yeah, we already answered that. Somehow it duplicated.
Oh,
Or maybe this popped back down again. Sometimes our thing pops around here. Let's see. No, and Ruby's right. Don't count on finding work here. Even the online's getting harder. We were just talking with our son about jobs and how everything these days, which has been for a while, you do it online and how they separate based on what you've done and all that. And they narrow it down, and really they have no intention to hire anyways. And there's millions fighting for the same online job, so they don't have to go into work. You really have to be really you have to get on a niche early, or you have to be good at it, or be doing it long term to get the other big jobs, and there's so much to it. But like 5 years ago you could have done teaching. I remember when Geo was doing it and making money. Every Man Has a Story was doing it as his side hustle with his social security. But now you're just not making any money. Everybody signed up to do that so they can be in Asia or Germany or Europe. They want to be outside of their country to live somewhere cheaper, and it's really hard to do it.
yeah. Thone and Chris says incel is short for involuntary celibate. Yeah, well, like I said, people
Oh,
can't have girlfriends or boyfriends. Yeah.
yeah. Why don't more Filipinos open small Thai, Vietnamese, Korean? Because there are other restaurants here from those factors here. It just won't sell. It's kind of like in the US, you can only open so many. There's tons of restaurants, but there's enough Cap and Pongan food and others. The restaurants are here, but a Filipino is not going to.
Who was I talking to? Somebody I was talking to. They said, oh, what was it? That the food wasn't bad. I forgot what food it was, but says it probably
Yes.
doesn't sell here in Pampanga because we have so much other good food here.
And that's why I think it's crazy when I keep seeing like that American guy. You know, we've had his food and I like his subs, and we've done it a few times. The New York rap guy, I don't think his restaurant will last the 3 year mark or something. Like in the US, how they crash down. There's only so many expats here that'll keep buying from the same place over and
In
over
it'll
again,
be very what do you call that, niche
and it'll go out of business. There's
in
Filipinos.
Pampanga. I'm not talking about any other place in the Philippines. Pampanga is like the melting pot of all food, so you're up against a big competition.
Yeah. You really can't help them all. That's our best advice. At one time, we had 14 cats when we first arrived here a couple years ago, and we rehomed a bunch. Some of them we had for a year or two. We rehomed at one point, and we had the new batch of kittens that are now officially 6 months. All but one is fixed. Mommy cat got fixed. We rarely see China. She took those kittens off. We initially, her kittens had come down here. We had her, what was it, two or three that were with her, and she took them back up the street to the political guy's house and put them in the little garden bed. And we have not seen. She comes back every now and then. We were supposed to catch her and see about fixing
Well,
her.
she
We
when
think she initially belongs. That's another thing. We just can't snag random cats that people have been taking care of because we believe that he's been feeding and taking care of the kittens and them.
when they close the gate, she can't get out.
Yeah, that's another thing. But she had him in the garden bed. But God, that's been a month or so ago. But you just can't save them all. I want to. We initially now have six in the house, but I think we're taking care of 8 to 10 a day outside, and like four of them will sleep in the yard. But first thing in the morning, 5 a.m., they're there looking for food, and about 4 or 5, we feed them again. And then we have Willie outside. He's been the outside watchdog, and then we have Mary in the house. So you just can't save them all.
Yeah.
We would have never had this many pets if the ones we have are sick or they have something going on, like one's blind and Pigsy's got some sort of issues walking. It's like there's something wrong with their legs and stuff. So the ones that we actually hold on to the most are the ones is that have like disabilities or problem, like George, something special.
Yeah. Hey, Scott and Isis World, how you doing?
Hi. Yeah, Chris says I think that the age gap causes worse tempo. Yeah, a lot
Yeah,
of
no,
times it is.
it's
It is
worse. Yeah,
usually, yeah.
yeah. Well, not to mention, you have to remember too that what she thinks is normal to her is not normal to you. What do you think is normal to you is not normal to her. You know.
And there's going to be the cultural differences. I never think of George as being Asian, although it's in my face and he smells like kimchi. I really don't think of it that
Damn,
way, but
that would be horrible if that was true.
you smell like soy sauce sometimes.
God damn.
But it smell like greasy lumpia sometimes, but I just leave that alone. Just like I stink like cheese and baby powder and regret. But what do I smell like, babe? Be racist. Be as American racist. What do I smell
You
like?
smell like roses.
Fish and fish. Smells like fish.
Smells like fish.
Here, George.
Mm.
Put like this. What does it smell like?
Oh, that actually smells like fish. Here. Yeah. No, not joking. Smell. Here, smell.
No! You nasty bitch. Stop.
Hold on.
No, not Mary. Are you going to have Mary smell? Let her smell your. No! That wasn't funny. That's disgusting.
I didn't put it there. I just pretend.
Ah, jeez. James Smith. Thanks, James Smith. He says it takes more effort to open a beer than clicking that like button. Try it, I dare you.
Oh,
That's a
yeah,
good
true.
one.
Oh, thanks.
Good one.
Thank you for bringing that up. I
Hey,
mean,
Black Grandpa.
thank you for that plug. But real quick, guys, that's another thing. Whether you're the one doing the Tampo or she is, it takes more effort
This
to
is
keep the state of Tampo or to keep of silent treatment.
no.
It takes more effort. It's
to
a
be
lot more
angry
harder. It's a
than to
lot more
be-
work. And it's
Um,
emotionally draining. I mean, Jesus Christ.
Where did we hear this? That's been a rumor for years that there's going to be a real full military base here. That's been for 5 years. I've heard that shit.
Well,
That's George. This isn't the first time we heard somebody say it, but it doesn't mean it's true. That there's going to be a base to get a job on as a foreigner.
no.
There's no military base coming. When is a military base going to be here in 2026?
Well,
A full running U.S. military base. Where? Where are they building one, and when is it coming?
I didn't say they're building one, but they're running. They're operating here unofficially.
They're operating unofficially, but when is it going to be a full one like it was back in the day that can get a job? But you get the whole point. It's the whole point. Where are they going to get a job?
Well,
the answer is no. No to you and no to him.
Well,
there is no base coming in 2026. That's been rumor probably for 20 years.
The thing is, it's okay.
I'm not going to get into the full base thing.
All right, then never mind.
Prove that it is. Prove it.
No,
prove it by full operation. Send it to me in an email and show me where it's fully there. Not a side thing. Not another channel saying it. Not a possibility. Not a maybe. We know they're here. They're operating at different levels.
There's
but a full
there's a
base
gray
where
area.
You can get a
I'm
job
just saying there's a gray area
right.
there, and that's how I think it's gonna stay like that for a while. As far as the gray area is, how that gray area operates, I can tell you, but
There's
we're not going to get into that, but anyway.
good Sunday morning, all. Izzy and Chris, good morning. So,
Actually, they've been operating here for a while now.
of course, they've been here, but they're not running where somebody can walk. So that's totally against what he's saying, one to the other. There is no place you walking in and getting a job on a full military base. They're operating at one form or another, hanging out somewhere, but there's no full American base
Okay,
here
well,
for you to go
let's
get a
say
job
let's say
at
even right
the
now.
gate.
Okay, in all fairness, even right now.
I heard that before from another channel
Okay,
months and months
again, in all
ago.
fairness.
Oh, please do.
Okay, officially, there's no base being built. Are they operating in a gray area right now? As in, yes, they are. As far as employment goes, as far as you're an
We're not
expat,
going live, just more often.
okay. As far as employment goes as an expat, so in order for an expat to be employed in a base, you have to have skills that's niche, meaning that they need. And that niche can be filled. Again, I'm just
By
telling.
Filipinos.
Well, that's what I said. What I was getting at.
And to
It,
avoid the
well.
visa,
See, that's the thing.
to avoid the visa,
They don't
you'd
care.
have to be other
All
military.
right,
So if they're being hired outside, they would need a
all
work
right.
visa for that
That's what I
stuff.
was saying. In order to be employed by the base as a civilian, it doesn't matter, and the base doesn't care whether you're American or Filipino, unless no, actually no, they won't. They won't hire a civilian for that.
No, it's going to be somebody within
No, no,
running
no.
those
It's
stores.
whoever they find fit. Put it that way. And the classified ones, I believe. I don't know. It's rare that the
And it's
military.
not going to be an outside random person. And even if it
That's
is, you
that's
don't
what I
get the
said.
privilege. Oh, it's an American
They'll probably
property.
hire in.
So,
They'll
but you're
probably get somebody
still,
in from the service for a classified thing. Yeah,
I think they're more thinking like
but
the
they do hire
stores.
again civilians, and again but it has to be a niche thing as far as right now. Right now, okay. I'm not saying
And generally, just looking, there is nothing.
No, I said that officially there isn't anything.
There was something a while back.
Yeah,
Yeah,
officially.
yeah. Here's someone that calls himself Asian Analytics, which is probably an AI video that says a former U.S. naval base may reopen by 2026. May. No, none of this stuff is real. We heard this, and it's probably AI without
Okay,
opening it
now
up.
the problem. Okay,
Yeah, here's another one. Asian Analytics. It's an AI
okay,
channel that
all
said
right.
it.
Since you're the one that's actually bringing this up, okay. The basis again. We have no problem with the basis opening here, and I'm talking about personally and as far as the country is concerned. The only issue is with the military base actually opening up here. In order for them to do that, Bongbong Marcos has to declare it publicly. And the reason why he has to declare it publicly is because he has to change the rules and laws here. Because as of right now, no foreign base can be built in the Philippines.
It's
Officially,
Here's
by
an
law, they
unofficial
cannot.
newspaper that says that the Navy is seeking a large storage facility
Right.
by
Well, that's what I'm saying.
2026.
Officially, by law, no military base can be built in the Philippines. So for a military base to be built here, they
They've been
have to
talking
change the
about
law.
it.
And officially, keyword, I'm saying officially here, nothing's going on.
Here's another
But there's
unofficial
a gray
one.
area, and that's all I'm
Preparation to
saying.
use the Philippines as a
So,
base. Yeah, these are
babe,
all
yeah, we already
unofficial.
said that. That's what I said. That's why I said there's a gray area.
Yeah, they've
So,
been saying it for years, years, and years. So I think unless some sort of,
but
I
they
mean,
are operating here. So that's all I'm saying.
yeah. Hey, happy Sunday.
Reality and what's going on are two different things, and officially, anyway, I'm not the government, so
Yeah, it's awful being an incel. I don't know about that. So I'll address that one. I've always seen Andrew Lessman on HSN. Did you ever meet him? Yes, of course. He seems cool, although I think he may be an alien. No, I don't think so. No, I was actually at the television studio itself, and I met all kinds of celebrities there. So Wolfgang Puck, and there's all kinds of people there. I talked about that at the beginning of my um, at the beginning when we first started the channel. But everybody, all the offices until they remodeled, there were two or three stages. It was a very large campus, like a college campus, and all celebrities came through the actual building. And so, being as I was doing computers and tech and everything, we were all up front handling things and got to meet all of them. They came in on a daily basis. Now, whether he's there, I haven't worked there for years, so I'm not sure if he's still there. I don't know if he looks like an alien. I think Melania Trump looks like more of an alien than he does, but she's got those eyes. She's been compared recently. From New York, how are the cats? Are doing good. Opinion on declawing? I think it's a horrible thing. I
Mm,
never. It's bad. The way most of them do is they cut the knuckles.
scientifically, it's inhumane,
So you
and
just put the rubber claws
a
on them.
lot of people tend to let their cats loose, and what happens is they can't defend themselves.
Now, Robert says that Philippine women seem to be more controlling than Western women. They don't want their cash cows moving on.
Yeah. Now, yeah. Now, just real quick, since I mentioned inhumane on the cat decline, guys, do me a favor. Don't use humane traps for for rats or mouse. Please don't do that.
That's how I caught you.
All right, those of you who've never used humane traps, please don't. You know what a humane trap is? It's a trap to catch a mouse or a rat, and then you leave it alone. You know what that means? You're starving the freaking rodent to death. That's a
Did you
humane
see
trap.
the woman?
That's the most
She
inhumane
was on
thing you can ever do to
Facebook.
anything.
There was a Filipina that was on Facebook that ended up in the hospital. You know what she did? She tried to use one of those sticky glue for catching the mice that their fur gets stuck on. She tried to use it to remove the hair off her face. She stuck it
Oh
on
my
her
gosh.
face and it did not come off. And she had to go to the emergency room.
Yeah. Now the sticky ones, yeah, I don't recommend the sticky ones because
Not to remove hair,
that's
Fabo.
inhumane too. A mouse trap is humane because it's instant. It's instant death.
There's
But
Karens
don't
everywhere.
use those humane traps for mouse or rats. I mean, human crickets starve it to death. Oh my
That is
gosh,
true.
that's horrible.
The white guy in the Philippines. I don't think they care about color, and color doesn't matter when you're dating in the U.S. either. But I don't. I think pardon me, guys. It's a Filipina. If they had their man that's a Filipino that had the same checks, they're going to choose the younger Filipino every time, hands down. So whether they're white, black, 40 to 80, they're just going to make that relationship work. But some of them lose their minds. All I keep seeing here lately is how these younger ones are super jealous of them anyway. So they're causing issues when they already got the golden ticket. It's like they have nothing better to do than to cause that problem. It's like just go to the mall and do some shopping and just chill, man. But it just seems like somehow it gets wrecked every time.
Sorry, I'm laughing at you
Oh yeah, and
guys on the
finally just
chat.
got the
You guys are
Harry.
funny on the chat. Um, they're talking to each other. I think it's just hilarious.
Uh yeah. I recommend not getting a Philippine bank account. You spend the whole week waiting in the lobby. You spend the whole week, no matter grocery shopping, everything. You guys think it's a joke, and I'm just super lazy for ordering groceries? Yeah, for a $2 delivery fee and a $2 tip, I just have that shit sent here because I'm not standing in line 40 minutes. If these checkout girls here, that's not being racist. That's just being factual. They're going in reverse. They're so freaking slow. Even George will talk about how slow things can get here. These girls seem like there's like 10 of them there. And when you walk up to the counter, there's like one girl checking out super slow. And there's three guys down there waiting with a box to put your stuff in there. And it's like nobody's moving. I don't know. It's like they've been without coffee for a year situation. What you doing?
No.
But no, it does take forever, and the bank does too when we go.
No,
It's
a memory got triggered. Remember that you'll spend
okay.
your
So
whole
Brenda
week
is the new girl.
waiting in the lobby. The reason why I got triggered, I'm not triggered as in a bad way. Lobby, waiting in a lobby. I know of somebody personally that got bit by a dog and they had to get rabies shot,
Oh
whatever.
man, I just seen a kid the other
And
day.
the problem was not the rabies shots because they got rabies shots and everything. However, the rabies shots triggered an allergic reaction of a sort, so they started like mottling on the skin. So they went to, of course. Now they originally went to AU, okay, and they went to AU. And first off, they said this is what triggered it. Don't go to a public hospital because you'll be waiting in the lobby. That's what triggered it because that's part of the conversation. So next, they went to AU, and um, over there they said like, oh, take this, take this medicine, blah 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 blah, and then it'll get rid of it. And the problem is the medicine they gave him, it was a fungicide, and I'm like, that doesn't make sense. This is a clearly an allergic reaction, and that's what he said too. Yeah, I know exactly. So they went to Garcia. Next, it's a step down, but and then when they went to Garcia, they're like, oh, this is this. The explanation was better. They, and then they, said this is what we can do for you, but he wasn't happy, and then he went to Clark Medical, and that's why I brought it up because it's actually related to you guys. They went to Clark Medical, and then when they went to Clark Medical, the service was fast, it was easy, and the explanation was long. Long story short, it's an allergic reaction. Here, have some Benadryl.
Well, that could happen in the U.S.
I
too,
know that,
based
but what I'm
on
saying
qualified
is,
hospitals.
right? It's the point is, it's Clark Medical is still one of the best hospitals in Angel City. That's what I was getting.
Can be, yeah.
Yeah, and like I said, the trigger was the lobby because don't go to public hospitals. So you'll still be sitting in the lobby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bookham and Panay goes on about you should not even bring up politics on this channel. Philippines politics should stay out of every conversation online if you're an expert. I think you meant expat.
Yeah,
If
that's what I said.
you're
Yeah.
true, yes and no. With my husband being Filipino here, if we want to bring things up, but we have said yes in general. It is very rare we talk
Well, that's not
politics, and
political though.
very rare we did at the beginning. We talked about I brought up Sarah because there was nothing conversating in the beginning, but it's all over the
No, no,
news.
no, no,
But
no.
we
I
rarely
brought
do
up
a we rarely do.
Marcos should
But I agree.
should go public and would go public if they change the law. And that's the thing.
I would
That's not
avoided.
political though. That's not political. That's facts.
I
It
think
and
he's just saying it in general.
because it is a law. It is a Philippine law that no military are allowed to build a base in the Philippines unless they change the law.
He
And
could
they
have.
will make a public announcement when they change that law.
And Ruby, it's kind of random, but still on the topic. How long did your past marriages or relationships last
No.
before?
That's what I mean. They're talking to each other.
Yeah.
They're talking to. That's why I was
Who is she
laughing
talking
because
to?
what's his
Oh,
name?
what is?
Yeah, I forgot his name. Jose, I think. Jose says, Rudy, let's get married. And then Ruby
Oh,
says, who are you
gotcha.
talking to? I read Rudy.
Okay,
Yeah,
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 because I'm
no,
just
no,
going down
that's
the
why I was
line.
laughing.
George caught potty mouth somewhere else. Where you been?
Yeah, I
Hey,
don't know. I need to tone it down. I don't know. I need help.
yeah, here lately. Yeah, George has
Yeah,
been
I don't
off
know
the
what's wrong with
chain.
me. Yeah,
Hey,
I
what's
don't know
going on,
what's wrong with me.
Tony?
I'm probably masturbating. Yeah.
I told you that. I told you he's been off the chain. You guys don't think that shit doesn't
Yeah, I
happen
don't know.
before
I honestly don't
Liza?
know what's wrong with me. I need help.
I need help.
Yeah.
Let's see. George speaks methodically with intent, purpose, and clarity. I think sometimes, and it pisses him off. Sometimes besides where he feels I'm nagging, And complaining, I feel he talks in father and grandfather language, and it's not for everybody. We've had people say he goes
No.
into too much detail,
To
which is part of
all
it's
right.
just who he is.
To
I'm
clarify,
bitching and nagging, and George's
I don't
grandfather talk
talk father talk. I don't talk grandfather talk. I
in a nutshell.
no. I mansplain. This is a thing.
Men go into that much detail. Not
Yes,
anybody I've
it's
been with.
called mansplaining. Look
The
it up.
book writer never talked that way. Neither did the other.
Oh,
You're the first person I've had that's went into
okay,
so. I don't
and
think it's a man
again, like I
thing.
said, did I invent this lingo? Is it my language? It's not. It's the Americans who created the word mansplain.
Okay.
I mean, I'm sorry. I'm just using a word that
I
Americans
don't think I'm
use.
bitching and nagging. I
It's
think I'm being
it's
to the
kind of like
point and
incel.
trying
Did I? What I'm saying is
the
most of the
same.
words that come out of my mouth, I did not invent or make up. It's
Yeah.
I mansplain. I mean, sorry, that's the word.
Yeah. Hey, Victoria, good morning. Heidi, George, chat crew, have a great day. Stopping by to say hello. Got a lot going on later, peeps. Bye, Victoria. We probably
Bye,
missed you. That
Victoria.
was about 20 minutes ago. I'll work at the camping section. Yeah. Yeah, camping. There is this likes the Thai and Vietnamese food, not so much Filipino. I think Filipino is really salty, fishy, or sugary. It's something I can't. I like certain dishes. Their sweets are super sweet, and the other stuff's salty and sweet. And there's a lot of food that I do like. Just like right now, George knows that, especially being it's been close to 3 months that I've given up most of the junk and oil stuff and all these things. We tried to do lumpia yesterday, and I told you I felt ill as crap after eating something that had oil. And it's just I'm not used to doing it anymore. But I've never deep fried like that. How often have you seen me in 5 years do what we did with the lumpia yesterday? How often have I filled up a pan with oil to cook? I'm not a deep fryer.
Tara, where else have you been in the Philippines? The reason why I ask, a lot of my kind, Pampangueñas don't like the food in Bohol. Personally, they don't like. Well, they don't like the food down in that area. Put it that way. So again, I'm just saying, like that's why I'm asking. I mean, I'm not now. I was being I'm saying that's actually a common opinion from Pampangueñas. The reason why I say is some people like that food over there. I don't. The reason being is because I grew up with the food over here. The food over here is very, very, very tasty. And whether or not it's too salty, too sweet, I mean, that's again depends. But when we go over there and eat the food over there, we in our palates it's bland. And so what I'm saying is most Papangueñas don't like the food anywhere else. I'm just saying. And you may not like the food over there because it may be bland in comparison to other places.
The consensus is from Facebook, other expats, other YouTube channels. Yes, it depends on the place when it comes down to it. In a nutshell, the Filipino food tends to be sweet, salty, not compared to other countries
No, I
where
know
in
that, but
Vietnamese and other
yeah,
places where it's more,
but Torres in Bohol, and
yeah, the foods are going to be.
the reason why I brought that up specifically, Bohol food is more bland than anywhere else in the Philippines. I'm not being. I'm just saying that's
You never
specific because
answered
of her
about
name.
my oil thing, so you went straight to her question and didn't answer about me deep frying. Can you at least answer this one, please? You're hyper focused on, I was asking you about an oil thing. You totally skipped over even answering me. I'm right here.
What's the oil thing?
Exactly. This is how we deal in our relationship of
Because
you
I'm
not
reading
hearing.
too.
Well,
What?
not a
What?
multitasker. I guess just never mind. Can you answer Victor on your video game, which you've been playing lately?
Call of Duty. I mean, actually, again, Call of Duty is not my favorite game by any means. I'm going to be honest with you again. If you're asking what other video game I played other than Call of Duty, then it would be like Super Robot Tyson. Which
But what's
is
the main one that you're climbing on? Call of Duty.
Well, Call of Duty, because I'm
Thought
trying.
there was another one that you said Legion. Or something. What's the other
Well,
one you
there's
played?
War Thunder, which
Is
is
that
a
the
tank
one
game.
or something?
But no. Call of Duty. I'm trying to get back to Legendary because what happens is Call of Duty every quarter, which is every 4 months, they demote you. So I'm not Legendary anymore. So now I have to work it back up. The reason why they do that is because if they keep you at that level, you're gonna stop playing. Some people hit Legendary and they quit. You know what I'm saying? So what they do, they demote you. Like, all right, everybody, demotion time. And then they were like,
Oh, that'll be interesting. Oh, we'll probably cover that. Rarely do I take a topic from Sunshine Shoulders and cover it. He says there's
yeah,
a guy that's got a list of 13 things that must be met to have a wife, and I'm looking at one reason not to choose him
yeah.
right off the bat. So we might see what his list of demands are and see how they can be met here. Let's see. If one thing's to get the golden ticket, but it's another thing to hold on to him with the younger, beautiful, yeah, competitors, yeah. And it depends on how he is. If he's drinking and smoking and not taking care of himself and a rude American or Canadian or Brit and they got their I always hear this, I don't know why she left me and it was all about the money and this and that and you hear all the
No shit,
down
Sherlock.
words of
No
them,
duh.
but they never do any they don't never take any blame for how that marriage went down. It's always she was the problem and she was and
Well,
no
and
self-awareness that
yeah, in all fairness, you lead with
what do you
you lead with
bring
your wallet. You lead with your wallet.
right, so what do you bring to the relationship? Most of these expats coming here besides their mental illness is their wallet that they're
Yeah,
bringing.
you lead with your wallet. You lead with your wallet.
Are you helping with the laundry? Are you helping with things in the house? Are you helping her do stuff outside? Are you taking care of her fully in a relationship sexually? Do you sit down and have conversations? Do you take time to do activities? No, these guys are sitting around drinking beer waiting for their Peter to be sucked on. And it's just where it is. What are you leading with? I've got the money. And that is their mentality when they get here.
Yeah,
They're
and
being told they're
those.
rock gods when they get off the airplane. And truth hurts, man. It's just where it is. When their marriages go crashing and they're homeless outside, it's like, what happened? Oh, she scammed me. We have permission from somebody to cover one of these expats that were homeless here recently. And that was the deal. First thing he said is he was like scammed by his Filipina. And what's her name covered somebody? Same thing. I was scammed, but he's been here for 12 years after the fact. Well, you can't use her as a scamming reason that you're currently homeless. He said he was scammed by a Filipino why he's homeless, but it happened 12 years ago. Where's the situation now? But it's kind of where it is.
Well, if you're homeless right now because you got scammed, that means you don't have a renewable resource, which we all tell you. If you don't come here because your resources don't magically renew. And even if you did have a good amount of resources, don't open up a business because it's probably not going to work.
Why aren't you a registered voter here, George? Is there a reason to be? Uh, I think Ruby knows that. I mean,
No, I'm just. Well, first off,
you have to believe it. That's going to get too political. It's kind of like the U.S. Whether I believe that the vote counts. You want to believe your vote counts. If you're talking about the Philippines, your vote probably really doesn't count here.
okay, well, that's another thing. For example, the last election, again, not being political, it's
So
like
I don't know if you'd want to spend 20 minutes
I
to
I
register.
analyzed the last candidates for president, and I hate to tell you this, there aren't any good ones. Um, I mean, it's kind of like there's plus and minus to each, and some you like and some you don't. For example, well, it's just one of those things.
Oh, Anton says, "Behold, yeah, it's getting crazy expensive. Even 5 years ago, it'd have been way cheaper. Two tasteless ice creams cost 500 pesos, and a buco juice
Yeah,
250.
see,
It
two
costs
tasteless ice creams. I'm not joking. Bohol is known for their again, in my opinion, or Kapampangueños taste, the food over there is tasteless. It no, really, and I'm not judging because some people like that, you know. But what I'm saying is, don't judge a country's food because of one location, which is kind of hard to do. I get it, but you know.
Hey, Ro, good morning.
Hey, Ro
Ro
Pineapple, how you
Pineapple
doing?
dropping in to say
Aloha,
aloha
got
from the islands of Hawaii. Got to run though, keeping up with the great exchange. Have a
Oh, thank you
great
so much,
day,
Ro.
Filipina Day. Thank you, Ro. Good
Thank you,
to see
Ro.
you.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Hold on, I have to scroll because I was at the what do you call it? Um,
okay.
okay.
May Ruby said, make sure you keep an emergency fund for Plan B. Yeah, most definitely. In case you have to go back home. A lot don't. You have to at least keep that money aside. And somehow it's like they never actually do it. That is for sure. So that is for sure. Yeah, I mean, I've already gone through. Was there comments? I've been through them all here.
Actually, Ruby says since my hubby been used to my cooking traditional kapampangan, he joins the food in Angel City whenever we're visiting.
Oh, there's no doubt there's some yummy food. It's just not for
Hey,
everybody. Just everything, the spaghetti, everything. But I've only eaten food in this area. So unless they take the sugar out of spaghetti sauce and the excess salt and sugar everywhere, and I don't find it to have enough fresh vegetables or I don't know.
yeah, AI Coconut Guy says Filipino food is mixed or copied from other cultures.
That is true.
Well, I wouldn't say copied. I would say mixed because remember the Chinese did come over here for a while, and the Japanese too, and the Spanish.
Yeah, it's a
You
mix of
know,
all
so
cuisine,
it's
the
literally
American.
a melting pot of the food. You know, from those areas mainly. Again, um, China. You know, China, Spain, and the U.S. Actually, yeah. So
All right, guys. Well, I think we are going to wrap this up. And it was just another impromptu live. I did one earlier in the week by myself. Might keep doing them. Who knows? We've had some free time, and George was up this morning with coffee. So we appreciate everybody coming in, and really a good conversation. If you're watching, um, be sure to comment if you're still in the end here. And I'm gonna say goodbye. Yeah, that was it. They hit the rock bottom there. So all right, guys. Thank you
yeah, thanks
for
so
our
much, guys.
members that have come
We
in.
have our top
Comment,
fans, which is
top fans and top
retired
commenters.
F-16 pilot,
F16, yeah.
Farah,
Sarah, Ruby,
and Ruby. Yes,
Sarah was in there.
yeah, Sarah and
Victor,
RCDM. Yes, Victor.
Laura, AI Coconut. Thank you, guys. And thank you for support of the channel. Consider membership and signing up as far as
Yeah, thank you
subscribers.
so much, Marion Haber, and thank you so much, F-16 pilot.
Thank you so much,
Appreciate you so
guys.
much.
And enjoy the rest of your evening for those that are in the US and morning and the rest of the Philippines. Happy Sunday, and we will talk to you guys later.
Bye, guys.